Welcome everyone to the first episode of Zach's Show. I am your host, Zach Minyard. I am very excited for the first episode. On the show today, good friends of mine, Paul Ramirez, Jaden Perez, Raven Nunez. Let's get the introductions out of the way. Paul, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Paul,
Okay.
and I like to read
Okay.
and watch porn.
Okay. Jaden,
And
what you
that's
got?
about it.
I'll go last. I need to think for a second.
What the fuck, Jaden? You don't know anything about yourself?
Let Raven go.
Raven. It's a great start. Raven, what you got?
Well, that explained Jaden very well. I don't know. I'm the only girl
Mm-hmm.
in this very small group.
So it's not a dick fest.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
count
It's
on
not
that.
We
sexist.
try our hardest
Don't count
here
on
at
it.
Zach Show not to have a sausage fest.
And I tried to be the normal one in the group.
No.
Doesn't
what?
always work.
How
I try.
are you the normal one? What?
I try. Yesterday doesn't count. Wipe yesterday from your memory.
Why yesterday? What was so bad about yesterday?
I was-
Yesterday felt pretty normal.
I was tired though.
I was tired. Oh, Jesus. What have you guys been up to
I'm
this
Jaden.
week? Oh yeah, fuck. Jaden, yeah, what's up? You got a haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut. I had long bowl haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Long-
I can probably find an old picture.
Hey.
God fucking damn it! The fucking car! I hate my neighbors.
It's okay. It's
Why?
it's
What did they
atmosphere.
have that's so
'cause-
loud?
He put a muffler on the end of his car to only make it louder, and then he moved away to college, and it was awesome. But he came back now, and
Your neighbor's gonna hear this.
no, he's
I'm
not.
gonna hear this sex show.
Well, I hope he hears it to know that he wakes me up every morning with his muffler.
Really?
Yes.
Is that loud?
Sometimes. Oh yeah, and then his friends come at night, and they're like honking
Do you
at
not
like
have
when I'm
any-
fucking asleep.
Do you not have any white noise?
You
in your
are
room
really
when
a
you go to
light
sleep?
sleeper.
You
Like,
really
No,
are,
like-
man.
It's
A
hard for me
muffler.
to. It's hard for me to go to sleep.
Do you have
But
any?
once I'm deep asleep, I'm.
Are you
Where-
one of
Ow.
those? Are you narcoleptic?
What was that?
Is that the right term?
What's
No.
narcoleptic?
Yeah.
I
no,
don't
that-
think
it's-
that's the
It's
right
it's
term.
either insomniac. Narcoleptic is where you fall asleep at random times.
Okay, so the
Insomniac
opposite of
just means you
narcoleptic.
can't
Is
fall asleep ever.
insomniac. Huh?
If you
Narcoleptic.
notice, there's a bottle of ZQL
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my room because I don't put it in the medicine cabinet because I need it. I can't just go
Nice
to
to
the
know
medicine
that
You
our
don't even-
host
you don't
is
even
a
measure it.
ZQL fiend.
ZQL's not addictive, hopefully.
Yes, it is. It's
No, it's
cough
not.
syrup.
Yeah, become
no.
addicted.
It's
to
I don't
cough
use
syrup.
it very often. I probably use it like once a month.
It's cough syrup.
I haven't
It's
used it in a
addictive.
long time. I used it once when I was
Um,
like going on a
It's little
trip because I
fucking
needed
kids'
to sleep.
hair.
Okay, so wait. When you go to sleep, do you have any like noises in the background?
No.
Noises.
Really?
No, it's very quiet. I can't sleep with noises.
Really?
Okay.
It's so
Really?
weird. I have to have the
I've-
radio going, and it's always
Yeah.
a rock
Like
station.
most people, they thrive whenever there's some background noise.
I
Yeah.
was at my grandmother's house one time,
Yeah.
and I had to sleep on the couch, and my half brother was sleeping on the other couch, and he has to sleep with the TV on. I didn't fall asleep until my body physically said you have to go to sleep because it was too exhausted. He was watching Doom the movie,
Oh,
And it's
The
just-
Rock?
yeah, and it was just
Yeah, the big-
gunshots, and I couldn't
Yeah,
sleep.
dude, okay, that would keep me up. No, I need.
I
yeah.
can't have any lights. Like if the TV's on,
The-
I can't
it's
have
fine.
lights
The
either.
light, like the light, because it's always changing. If it's like a constant light, like a night light, or like I have
Okay.
like one of those false candle
Okay.
things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's okay. But if it's like constantly moving, I always have to like look at it.
No, I
I
had
don't
this.
mind the light.
I had this PS4 on rest mode, and it has an orange
yeah,
light.
it has
I
an orange
couldn't
light.
sleep. I couldn't sleep.
I find the orange light on the PS4 very soothing, actually.
Really.
Mine
Yeah,
doesn't
it
show
helps
up
me sleep.
orange. It shows up yellow, and
My-
I always think there's something wrong with it
My name
because
is
it's
Jaden.
like wait for the light to come.
I still didn't get like.
Jade, I think people know enough about you
All
already.
right.
All right. What kind of stuff have you guys been up to lately? Anything interesting? Jane, we'll start with you because I feel you've been neglected.
Yeah.
You got the short end of this
He
on
has
the
been
Zach show.
neglected.
Okay, so
Oh.
interesting that's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I
Go
had
on, go
I had, I had a dream last night.
Oh boy, Jaden's dream. Okay,
Dreams
You
are
guys don't
kind of
know.
weird.
Jaden has some great dreams, and he
Uh-oh.
has them
Well, that-
constantly. He has constant.
Well, that
Fucked
depends
up
on
dreams.
that depends on your definition of great.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been featured in one of your dreams, and I'm kind of okay with
I've
that.
been
you-
featured in
you
your
were in
dream.
this dream.
There was a, you had a dream where you murdered my dad, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll tell that one.
That one's a good one. I like that.
All right. So Zach's dad is, I'm gonna say it. He's a Christian, and he's very
He's
scary.
a Christian.
I am also Christian, just for the record.
He's not scary because he's Christian. He's scary because he's big and like he's very.
He's threatening.
And
He's like,
hairy.
if he was like from the 50s, if he was from the 50s, he'd be that dad with a huge muscle.
I want
wearing a
you,
blazer.
for you people don't know my dad,
Yeah.
imagine Red Foreman from that 70s show. That's my dad, except he doesn't cuss a lot, and he doesn't scream a lot. But he has a threatening demeanor to him. He's nice. He's super nice. He's not mean.
For me, being as short as I am, and like you said, I don't find him threatening. I just find I don't always look up when I speak to him.
Do you like look at his chest?
I do. And he's one of the only people I do that to because I'm just like, I don't want to.
You can't look at his face.
I can't.
You can't stand to look at his face.
Okay, so go on.
Okay,
Jaden.
so Zach's dad, I think you guys have a good idea.
Mhm.
So he I guess he scares me a little, and I'm also afraid of breaking something in Zach's house because I don't want his dad to get mad at me. So I had a dream that me and one of my friends, Tyler, is a real good guy. I guess we'll explain him later because
Yeah, we might. I
Yeah.
don't know.
maybe Tyler. Anyway, me and one of our friends, Tyler, were at his house sitting on a couch, and I was looking at something of Zach's dad's, and
Mm-hmm.
there was this little ship in a bottle. And
I don't own a ship in a bottle. I want to get that on the record.
I have a I thought you had a ship in a bottle.
I wish I did.
So I was playing with that, and then I break it, and your dad sees. So I get really scared, and I put it back. But then it was too late. Your dad like grabs me by the neck, and he like starts looking at me or something, and he's very scary. And then Tyler's just like, oh no, and then I kind of want to get out of the house at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I really don't like when people like get physical, like violent physical with me.
Yes.
So that kind of also upset me a little in the dream. And I was mad at your dad for being mad at me for breaking his stuff. So
What the fuck, man?
so we leave the
Fuck
house,
Zach's dad.
and me and Tyler run out of the house all scared and in a hurry, and we get
Mhm.
into his car, and Tyler like peels out. Oh wait, I peel out. I knew how to drive in this dream, and we peel out. I peel
Scary.
out. Yeah, that was scary. I peel out, and then Tyler was just barely coming out because I had almost left him behind. But so he hops in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to plot to kill Zach's dad because I was just that upset with him. I was like, man.
Man, you need to write a
You were
movie
so
about
mad
this,
at
man.
my dad that you planned revenge on
Yeah.
him after you broke his ship in a bottle.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
So,
Oh, God.
so me and Tyler just basically go and plan revenge.
Did you kill my dad in the dream?
We were going to assassinate him with a sniper
Like, did you ever
rifle.
go through it though? Go
No.
through with it? No.
I woke up before.
You know what that's called? It's pussy now.
I
Not
can't do
even
this.
in your own dreams
I gotta
could you
wake
go
up.
through with it.
Not even in your dreams.
Paul, what's been going on with you? What's going on with you?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. You
Nothing
got a new
much.
cat.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
He's a
fucking
little
love your cat.
He's a little shit.
Yeah.
All my cats are shit.
It-
Like
Paul
Judith's
has-
new cat.
Paul
who
has
freaking-
3 cats.
I have 3 cats.
They're all
God
lovely.
damn.
Lovely.
Okay, they're not all lovely.
I mean, they're all ugly in a sense, but they're alright, I guess. They're good company. One bit me in the nose this morning, so yeah,
Yeah.
Good
there's
kid.
that.
I have 2 dogs. Both of my parents are allergic to cats. I'm not very allergic to cats.
I'm allergic to both, and I have 4 dogs and 2 cats.
Ooh.
And
One
don't you have a
who's-
cat that sleeps in your room?
Yes, she's so antisocial. She will only stay in my room in the connected
It's
bathroom.
just like you as a cat.
And yeah, and when she wants something, she'll come up. Like she has this like slinking walk. Like you've seen like the
Ooh.
cartoons when the cat wants something, she does that, and she does.
She
she does that,
I've seen this.
and I'm just like, why? What
Oh
do you
my gosh.
want?
I have 2 dogs, and they're both in the room right now. They're both Chihuahuas, and I had to take their collars off because their collars make noise. I want to apologize if the noise on the podcast isn't very well. We had a microphone, a very good microphone.
It was golden.
It
Yeah,
was
on
gold in spirit and in appearance,
it. Yeah.
It
but
was pretty fancy.
Double gold.
it's in my backpack right now.
Even
I
at one
should
of
probably
those-
give it back one day. But the cord for it did not work on my MacBook because it was the improper cord. I would need an audio mixer, and I'm not going to fork over an audio mixer for my podcast just
Exactly.
yet until it has some sort of takeoff. So We're using the internal mic, and it's not too bad, but I apologize if you're like, low budget ass motherfucker, couldn't do this shit. I think that's what worries me most about Zach's show, is everyone's just like, this is fucking garbage. That's why I've been editing for like the past week.
I have no idea how my voice is gonna sound on this because
I've been
got it.
trying not to do that high-pitched squealy thing I
Oh,
sometimes do.
yeah.
You should totally do it
And
just once so
I've been
people
trying
know
to
what
keep
that
my
is.
voice
Do it
normal.
now.
Do it right now.
Do it.
Oh my god. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I don't
mocking
know.
voice.
Yeah.
Like, I go, "Hey, Zach.
You have a
Zach,
great mocking
Zach,
voice,
yeah,
Jaden.
Zach." Like that.
No,
Yes.
it's
Mocking voice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
whenever
do.
you mock something,
know. It's like.
or
Well,
you'll do the Daffy Duck laugh. You go, it's very good. I
Is that
enjoy
what
it.
that is?
You didn't
Laugh?
realize no one will
Yes.
hear me like laugh on this show because my laugh is like silent.
Because I
don't
never laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you're
I
like-
don't.
Because I never
Because
Like,
I don't laugh. I'm a tortured soul.
Okay.
Raven,
Raven.
Raven, what's been going on with you this week? How have you been?
I've been pretty good. I have like had maybe 8 hours of sleep total this week.
In the
This-
week? What
Yeah.
have you been doing? Why have you not slept?
Well, apparently, like every teacher wanted to give us something this, and you know Osborne's been out, so I'm like, fuck, now I gotta do all of her stuff.
Uh-huh. I'm planning on
Before-
binging that this weekend.
Miss-
Yeah,
Miss
I
Osborne.
just have, I did the notes. I just have the paper
Mhm.
that was due yesterday,
Okay.
but I'm going to sneak in Monday morning because I have a first period.
Sneak in.
There's no off-campus first period.
No, it doesn't. No, I'll just like slip it into.
Oh,
the
that's what you
file
mean.
box.
Just,
Slip
okay.
it in.
Not
Okay,
sneak into
slip
her
it
room.
in.
She keeps
Slip
that
it
thing
in.
locked like
Yeah,
nobody's
fuck
business.
that room. Miss Osborne is our macroeconomics teacher.
She's pretty.
She hates me. On the basic sense, she hates me.
I'm not saying she's pretty. I was trying to.
She's pretty.
But she's
Actually-
not
She
ugly
are.
either. She's not ugly
No,
either.
a
Not
lot
ugly.
of do you know, a lot of people at school consider her one of the prettiest teachers.
I
Well,
see
she's
it.
not bad.
I can
mean,
see
she's
it.
not,
She's
but
not
I don't know.
bad.
As a fellow girl standpoint, who checks out many girls,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I just don't like. She's attractive, but
Yeah.
she's not like.
No, she's not like cover of Sports Illustrated.
Oh,
no.
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 But like if I saw her on like Martha Stewart's magazine, I'd be like, that's an attractive woman.
Probably. I don't know.
I was thinking of like a mild mannered magazine
A
that.
mom
that- yeah, a
Mom
mom
magazine.
magazine.
Mom magazine.
My mom has
magazine.
several magazines that I would never
don't know.
I would never wish upon my worst enemy.
Speaking of Miss Osborne, how many of us believe she is secretly engaged to Stamets?
I thought they were.
I thought they were.
They're
Wait.
not.
Stamos
She
is
has-
another teacher at our school,
Yeah,
by the way.
we've never had him as a teacher, but he's pretty cool. He's like 7
Apparently.
foot redhead giant.
Oh.
Redhead
She's
chick.
a
That's what he
redhead
is!
giant.
She's pretty tall.
She is
She
though.
is. Osborne's
Well,
pretty
she also
tall.
wears a lot of heels, and you can tell when she wears flats.
She just doesn't like me. She gets very easily offended because one time,
No offense, Miss Osborne.
Because you'll be offended.
No offense.
no offense that you get easily offended. Don't be offended by that. One time she was helping us with a very hard topic, and we were in groups, and I believe you were there in my group. I believe it was you, me, Jackie, and Mackenzie,
Okay, yeah.
Was it
our
hard?
other friends, and we were in a group trying to figure something out.
Yes.
And she was having a hard time teaching all these kids this new thing because it's hard to teach people anything.
Yeah.
Especially at our school, we're all dumb as fuck.
So
Yeah.
she comes to our group, and I try to make small talk because she had helped us a couple minutes earlier. She went to another group, and she comes back, and she made like an exhausted sound. She goes, "Whoo!" like to be funny,
Uh-huh.
and I say, "You must be having a bad time," and she gets really dark, and she gets close to me. Is like, "Are you implying that I can't teach
Oh,
my
yeah.
class?"
Yeah.
And
you-
I said, "No, I'm saying that it's a very difficult thing to do, and you look stressed." And she immediately was bright, and she's like, "Oh, okay, so this is how we
Yeah.
do this."
Like-
Although if you tell her she's not teaching something right or doing
She'll
something
be very
right, she
offended.
gets very offended. Like last year we went to DC for a trip.
Mm-hmm.
For the trip,
That's not how you walk, Miss Osborne.
we got we got lost.
Okay.
And we
Mhm.
didn't know where we were.
Uh-oh.
And all the kids were it was that time, I don't know if y'all heard, when we were all walking in front and we lost everyone but Ramirez.
Oh,
And they got really mad at us.
yeah.
Like, we walked, and they were like, we have no idea where we're going. 'Cause
So
they-
you were lost in Washington D.C.
Yes.
Lost in DC.
Lost in D.C.
And I was like, should we just? Because I asked Amos like, should we just stop and try to get a signal? Because for some reason none of our phones were working. Like they were loading really slowly on the maps.
They're roading really roady, yes.
On the
Yeah,
maps.
and so Osborne was just like, no, we'll just keep walking. We'll eventually find it. And I was like, and I
no.
turned to Noah and said, why are we walking when we don't know where we're going? And she immediately, like, I thought we were far enough ahead. It was my voice carries.
And did she get mad?
Yeah, she was like, Raven, just because we don't know where we're going doesn't mean we're lost. You need
Yes,
to
it
calm.
does.
And I was like,
exactly
she was
what
like, you
that
need to
means.
calm down. And I was like, okay.
You need to calm down.
And I was
Okay,
like,
traveling
okay.
traveling is very stressful, and
she was
traveling with a bunch of children is stressful, and traveling as the teacher of those children that you're responsible for, if anything happens to them, you're in deep shit, is extremely stressful.
It is.
So I understand where she's coming from, but she does get easily offended. I think teachers can't have an arrogance to them unless they can back it up.
Let's hear RZ.
Arzola, our math teacher,
Yeah.
He
he's
teaches all sorts of math.
he's a great teacher.
He's
and
a math of
And
all
he
trades,
knows
if you
he's a
will.
great teacher. He'll
The
be
math
like,
of all
I
trades.
fucking know this, and I'm good at this. And I don't think it's asshole-like because
It's
he
the truth.
does. He does
Like-
know it. And I respect him, and I like him. He's one of my favorite... He's in my top 3 favorite teachers, probably.
Was that
Still
a
an
teacher's
ass,
aide that
though.
was in there
Yeah.
Thursday?
He's a lovely ass, though. I like
Was
him.
that did y'all have a teacher's aide in y'all's class? Like, I don't know, she sat at like one of
I
the far
don't-
back
I
tables
s-
in a
Oh,
purple
no.
shirt.
yeah, I saw her. She was in statistics when you and Aaron, another friend,
Yes.
were gone, and I heard him talking to her.
She was it an older lady?
No, she was younger.
If I,
Oh, her!
yeah.
I don't know what that was. I did see him talking to her. I think
Yeah.
she was like a teacher's aide.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like that one guy in Lennon's class. Remember that one day? He was
Yeah,
just there in the
what
back
was
of
that?
the room sitting next to Noah, like
I
freaking
think-
me out.
I think people are invading our school, basically, because we don't know what the fuck's going on
Like,
anymore.
apparently, all of the senior teachers are getting teacher aides, but none of them talk. None of them are spoken to. They just
Okay.
sit in the back of the room
Okay,
and do nothing.
I think most people know what teacher aides
No.
are, but they were just like, everyone in our school is getting teacher aides.
Yeah.
That's like
It's an
3
outbreak,
days.
an outbreak of teacher
Well,
aides
we've
at our
never
school.
had teacher aides.
We
no,
have,
no,
we have a very
no,
different
There
school.
was that one,
I don't
the
want
one
teacher
who's
aides.
now the junior
No, me
world
neither.
history teacher. She was the teacher's aide for Dutch over last year.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, but she
the one
spoke.
we had in Quinn's class, she's a teacher now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but they
Mr.
spoke
Vera.
and
I don't like her, she's mean.
participated.
She's mean to me.
Oh,
Was she?
Yeah,
She's only mean to me when I don't do my work.
yeah.
She's
Which
so
is
very
often.
Which is
nice.
often.
It's very often.
She's been to my house.
she just
before.
doesn't talk
Why?
to me.
Because we had a garage sale, and she was there. And that's...
Oh, you don't
no.
even. Oh, you do have a garage. I was about to say you don't even own a garage.
I have a garage. We just don't use it, unfortunately.
All right. We got some topics prepared, but we're going to go right into those topics in our next segment. We will be right back with Zach's show after this break.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Zach's show. Who's watching?
Featured music today.
Zach Minyard here. This is the song that's been charting my playlist all week long. It is Pretty Machines by Parquet Courts. Why don't you give it a listen here? This is Zach's show. We'll be right back.
Moonlight
You like that song? There's a link in the description where you can listen for free. It's free, man. You don't even gotta pay for it. Fuck paying. It's the show you've always wanted, but never asked for. This is Zach's Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get right into the topics. I've asked each of my guests to come with a topic they would like to discuss. I also have one myself. Does anyone want to go first?
Not me.
Not Jaden.
Not me.
That seems to be the theme today, that Jaden doesn't want to go. That Jaden is very unprepared.
I'm nervous.
And that's my topic for today.
I had a topic, but I switched it last minute because I thought of something
Same.
better. better.
Oh, so did we all like kind of switch our topics or something?
Did we all? I thought
mean-
of my topic like a week out, and then I was like, I saw something, and I had to change my topic.
Like, I had several topics just floating around in limbo.
Me as well.
Yeah.
So who does no one want to go first? I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's let the host go first. Yeah.
Okay. So for people who do not know, Pope Francis released a music album.
Yes.
An album of music is 13 songs or so,
What?
and it's progressive rock.
What?
Yep. And
yeah.
it's called. What is it called? It's called Change or something.
I
No,
have-
Wake Up. It's called Wake Up.
Wake Up, yeah.
Pope Francis, Wake Up. It has various different artists on it. It's mostly in Latin,
Huh.
and it's progressive rock music.
Wait, what do you
And-
mean? It's in
Seems
Latin?
legit.
Like,
Yeah, it's
It's
in Latin.
I know.
The
I've
language
heard
is
this.
Latin. A lot of
Oh.
people haven't heard of it, surprisingly. But my topic is this Pope is doing all sorts of radical things. He's the People's Pope. They're calling him the People's Pope. He came back to America,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
doesn't happen often.
No, not how.
What, he's visited twice?
He visited
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
He's only
Yeah,
He
I
did
saw
like
it.
a tour.
yeah, I
He
saw
did
that.
a tour of the
Well,
East
I know
Coast.
he did a tour of the East Coast,
And,
but I thought
um,
he came before.
He doesn't like to ride the Pope mobile.
No, he doesn't.
He leaves the Vatican in disguise so he can
How
mingle
do
with
you
the common
disguise
folk.
yourself?
As an old man. He's an
You
old
just-
man in the
he's an old
Vatican.
man.
It's not hard.
I mean, if he just takes off all those robes and shit.
What if he does like? What if he
He's
does
He's just
like?
a regular
He's
old
got, well,
man.
he's got a very memorable face. Like, if I see someone
Yeah.
walking by, I'm like, I know that face from somewhere.
It's the
Yeah.
Pope.
I don't think you're gonna think of the Pope just
No,
Well,
right
no,
off
but
the
if
top
I
of your
see
head.
him on TV, which he has been on TV quite often, I'll be like, that's where I saw him.
But my topic is
Okay.
the Pope. Like, what is your opinion on him, and how do you think it's good that he's more modern in today's society to the point where instead of like releasing a thing like just like Psalms or something, he released a progressive rock album?
Because most popes have done that in the past.
Yeah.
just
Yes.
released-
I remember St. Peter shredded the guitar
Yes.
when he was
Yeah.
inaugurated as
Wait,
Pope.
what?
The first
He
pope.
did.
I never hear this stuff.
No, that's not true, Jaden.
Oh.
Jaden's
I-
not Catholic. He doesn't know.
I knew
St.
that.
Peter was the first pope in like 1500s.
Oh.
In like the 15.
What?
Maybe
Saint Peter
even
was
more.
I thought it was
that's
the
Peter
14th century.
Apostle. Like
Peter-
Jesus' friend.
No, he was never the Pope.
Jesus
Peter
was.
was
He
the
was,
pope
he was
because
the
they
pope.
wear
He was the
St.
pope,
Peter's
yeah.
ring. They wear St.
That's
Peter's
right.
He
ring.
called him this.
But I thought
But-
it was like the
first pope.
14th or 13th century that the first Pope. Or
No.
was it the 12th? Was it way before?
Okay,
that?
but what is
I
your
don't know.
opinion on this? What do you think of the new pope?
I mean, I guess he's definitely better than, the ones that we've had in the past few years. But I mean, they didn't really do anything. So any sort of progressive thoughts that he may have, progressive movements, it's an improvement on any front.
Now another
But I
thing,
mean-
that he's
Okay.
doing is he's made a stance on global warming,
Yeah.
Oh.
which is very interesting, and people are saying that's out of his
Well,
topic.
because I mean, he's a church figurehead. He's not. I mean,
He's no politician.
He's
Yeah.
but his stance is that this is God's world and he wants to.
Yeah.
Now I'm having this Pope conversation as a Catholic. Paul's atheist.
Yeah.
Um,
Ex-Catholic.
I think
ex-Catholic.
I'm an atheist.
And
That
I don't know what
means you're an
Raven,
I'm
agnostic.
Baptist,
Raven's Baptist. So this is
but
a
not
very
Orthodox.
this is a very interesting conversation.
Not Orthodox.
One
I'm
of
the-
those liberal
God
Baptists.
I'm the only one here who follows the Pope, and I think it's very
Follow the Pope. I
don't know.
still do. I'm interested in world topics.
okay.
so I
This
still
is
follow
interesting. Like No, like follow like
As
not
a
like
religious
Oh,
keep
figure.
up with him.
yeah.
Like no, like
okay, I see what you
his
meant.
influence. Follow his
Yeah.
like.
Oh.
Not follow like wonder what the Pope's up to today.
I
No.
follow
Don't
the
follow
I
his
feel you, I
Twitter
feel you.
feed.
He does have
Yeah.
a Twitter,
He does.
which is very,
Yeah.
very interesting to
Yeah.
me.
It's very progressive.
Yeah.
It is. I think this Pope is just very progressive in general, and I think it's good. It could be bad.
Well, I think
But
he's going
he's doing
about
it
it
in
the
a
right
good way.
way. I think he's going about it the right way. He's not. That's weird.
That is weird. My dogs are looking out the door at the same time. It's very scary.
It's because the spirit of
Zach,
Pope Francis
I'm gonna be
is-
honest. When I was in
staring
your
at us
kitchen
right
earlier,
now.
I kept getting like this weird, scary feeling, like there's somebody watching us. But of course, I always get that feeling because it's me.
All right, enough about Jaden's paranoia.
Jaden. God damn
But and then I was in your bathroom, and I was walking to your bathroom. I used the bathroom earlier. And
You just randomly walk through Zach's bathroom.
yeah,
My bathroom has a very long hallway.
It's a very long bathroom.
It's very ominous if you're not used to it.
Yeah, and I just kept getting these weird feelings. I maybe
It's
think
the fucking owl.
yeah, it's the owl. I maybe think I'm a violet.
I just realized that the owl's been behind me the whole time, and it's just judging you guys. Like, you guys better have some good ass shit to talk about on Zach's show. I've been in all the promos, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, just letting you know. I think I'm a violet child. And there may be something in your house.
You mean
Okay.
an indigo child?
Oh, they're the same color, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
As a fashion student, it's not the same color.
God fucking
Yeah,
damn it, Raven, get your fucking fashion shit out of me.
Hey.
They have two different names. So.
Paul, what is your topic? You.
Are we off the Pope?
Yeah,
We're off the Pope. I think we've said all we could say about Pope Francis.
I think he's
Okay.
cool. I
Do
like
you
the
wanna
Pope.
pick?
I think the
he's
verdict
cool.
is that the
Yeah.
Pope is good. It's good that he's progressive,
Yeah.
without losing the roots of the
I-
Catholic Church.
I,
being
yeah,
progressive.
I mean, I guess.
Like he's not like we're gonna rewrite the Bible and say gay people are cool.
He did say gay people were cool though.
Well, gay people are cool, but
Oh,
I mean,
no,
like
no,
he's
that
not
was
he's
the-
not gonna
But
get
yeah,
a Sharpie
well-
and write over the
Well,
Bible.
yeah, no.
It's like
what
it's
church
like
did that? It was the Mormon Church.
Mhm.
Well,
And then now
they
there's
just
like
created a whole nother book.
Yeah.
yes. Well, they added books to the Bible,
Yeah.
I
but
almost
yes.
choked on my water when you said that shit.
Let's add the Caillou book to the Bible.
The Caillou book. Let's
Book
add,
of
let's
Caillou.
add the Chronicles of Narnia to the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Book of Mormon, The Lion, the Witch,
But,
and the Wardrobe.
but Mormons are nice people.
They are.
We
Mormons are
we
very
know
good.
quite a lot of Mormons.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of Mormons.
There's Sierra.
Sierra and her entire family.
Sierra was mean though.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
her family
well
wasn't.
she was atheist.
First, yeah, Sierra
Yeah.
was atheist.
Her
but
family
family-
was very nice.
They
Yes.
were nice.
They
I feel
played
like-
Magic the Gathering, which was
I feel like
a
I
thing.
only was friends with Sierra because I was friends with her little sister and her older sister,
Mhm.
and her mom was pretty legit.
Her older sister.
She
was nice.
actually, I didn't know this, but one of my mom's friends is a bridge player, and they needed some extra players, so I volunteered,
Oh.
and I went to
What
play.
are you, 80?
I went to play
Was your mom
bridge.
white? Right, your mom's white.
Let's play
Yeah,
some-
that's,
white-
that explains a lot about bridge playing.
I am not fully white. Just saying.
Let's play
Well,
some
yeah, your last
I
name is
do-
Nunez.
Okay.
I do take
Oh, yeah.
part in many cultural.
Mexican
I want to-
activities.
I want to get this out of the way that we are not prejudiced here at Zach's show, but we are honest.
And we're mostly Mexican.
We don't have anything against.
Oh,
we don't have
Mexican.
anything against any race or any
What? How
Any-
many actual white people will be on this show? Like Tyler,
the white people I know.
Tyler, that's
all the
Tyler
white
and Jackie. That's
Tyler and
it.
Tyler and Jackie.
Jackie's Jewish.
So she's like an off-white? Is that what you said?
Off-white.
No, but she's not like
she's
white.
eggshell white.
She's
No.
not like, "Hi Tom, how are you doing? Did you get the Sunday paper?" No, she's not white. I don't think I know any white people like that. I think the closest person I know that white is Stephen Refner,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I would love to have him on the podcast
He
because
was-
he's a
he's
lovely
He's the
individual.
whitest
Stephen
man.
Retner,
He
if you're
is.
listening to this, you can come on the next episode. I have a spot. You are
He is
more
one-
than welcome.
You are a
He
nice
has taken
Caucasian
the
man.
He won't be at school Monday.
Okay, let's get back on topic with the topics. Paul, what is your topic? I'm very interested in your
You want
topic.
me to go next?
I'm very interested in your topic, Ben, because when I picked him up this morning, he was like, I got a computer and everything because I got to reference shit. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is a hell of a topic. And I feel like I'm going to be let down, so let's get it out of the way.
Okay, no. I want to talk about
hmm
the detriments that come along with political correctness.
Let's get those SAT words out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying like the hardships?
Huh?
Or the hardships of political?
That's
Like,
what a
like,
detriment
I mean,
is.
like, you know,
The
what,
struggle of being
No.
PC.
Too much. Not too much.
like,
What?
what that takes away from our
Makeup off to
culture.
make it sick.
That's
I'm
very
talking about-
interesting.
And I'm talking about specifically in comedy, because I mean, we can talk all day about Donald Trump saying his stupid bullshit and
Mhm.
leftist extremists talking about their
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yes.
But I
always.
mean, specifically in comedy,
Mhm.
because comedians, they have a job. It's not just to make people laugh; they got to critique society,
It's very difficult.
and they can't do that with both extreme liberals and extreme conservatives being on their ass about what they're saying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people like, I believe Jerry Seinfeld a couple of months ago, he was
Yeah.
saying that it's hard to be a comedian now because everyone's so PC and everyone gets offended very easily. And it's true that we shouldn't offend people to an extent where it's not like being mean, it's just that those people are getting butthurt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if I walked out in the street and I was like, kill the Jews, that would be wrong.
No.
I shouldn't do that. That's not good. Now if I walked in the street and made a very racist remark about Jewish people that was somewhat funny, that's probably still not good. But if I just made like a light joke, including a Jewish thing, like I was like, a rabbi walked into the bar, that wouldn't be racist.
A rabbi.
Because I didn't mean for it to be racist. Get the fuck off my shit, Rex.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, comedians, they're not trying to, like, intentionally offend anybody.
Unless you're Anthony Jeselnik,
Yeah,
which
well-
your entire career
Well, he's just an
is...
asshole.
Yeah,
I don't-
Anthony Jeselnik's not funny.
It-
He's just offensive.
It's kind of like, and I don't mean to like kind of play off of everything Mr. Arzola says, but he's very wise when it comes to these things.
He is wise.
Like, it's crazy.
Our math teacher
I
is
just want
wise.
to learn math during math.
I don't want to learn math during math. I'd rather
Right.
learn about the world.
Right.
He teaches. It's like he's like it's like half philosophy class, half math.
It's very nice. If
Yeah,
Arzola, if
okay,
you're
anyway.
listening to this,
No,
we enjoy
learning
your class.
statistics.
Yeah.
What
I'm learning
Shut the
pre-calculus.
fuck up, Raven.
Okay, what were you going to say about PC culture?
He tells us. Oh, that's what PC means.
Yeah.
I thought it was like personal computer. I'm joking.
hmm
Anyway, he'll talk to us about how the world nowadays is becoming extremely uptight. I guess you could
Sensitive?
say sensitive. Yeah.
I believe yesterday he said we're a bunch of wimps.
Yeah, exactly. And he's saying one thing he kind of pointed to is the idea of bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, people
Yeah.
could really. I think I'm going the wrong direction with this. What defines bullying is usually what he like is a question he kind of asks to bring it up, because a lot of things nowadays, even like a silly little insult or some stupid little thing, will be
Yes.
considered bullying, and then you'll get in a shit ton of trouble for it. When it's like if you're talking to your friend and you give him a little insult, or you tell him, "Hey, you suck," and then they take like even the slightest offense to it.
Or if someone else takes offense for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
is that really bullying?
There is several things I can say about that. I know this conversation we're having right now, a lot of people are probably very offended by
Yeah.
it. And a lot of people are like, fucking white privilege, even though none of us are white.
Yeah.
I'm half white, Raven's half white, and that's the whitest you're gonna get.
Between us, we make 2 extra people.
It's like none of us are really a minority. In the town we live in, it's very Mexican.
Yeah.
So we're not a minority at all. I think there are more Mexicans than white people just by a smidgen.
Yeah.
Mostly
I'd
because
say
of
they're
the.
almost
I feel
even.
like because of the oil field, most
Yes.
Mexicans stay here.
We live in West Texas, and there's an oil
Yes.
field boom. It is decreasing quite a bit, but
But more people are still coming in, and more of them are Mexican, and the whiter people are moving
Yeah.
out.
yes.
Yeah, the
Two
approximate
different fields.
location of
Because
our
they're
podcast.
tired of
Yeah,
seeing us
Yeah.
no,
mention
don't you dare give out addresses. I don't want to be popular one day and get murdered by someone who doesn't agree with our PC
Yeah,
conversation.
Yeah.
I believe that people do get offended easily, but it does hinder comedy. But in a way, it also brings out comedy.
How do you mean?
I want to use a specific example
Okay.
of not only Anthony Jeselnik, who's a shitty comedian, but the new season of South Park, which they did something different this season, where the whole season's like one strand together events, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And the whole series focuses on PC culture, and they personified PC as a person called PC Principal,
Okay.
and he's just shits on any mention. I believe the first episode was people not recognizing Caitlyn Jenner as a hero,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
and their argument was like, I didn't like Bruce Jenner as a person. Now that she's a different gender, I'm not gonna suddenly like him again.
Yeah.
And they talk about all sorts of stuff like that, and it brings out comedy because the reason it's funny is because people are offended by it.
Yeah.
It's
I also wanted to bring that up
Okay.
because, like you were saying, comedians like Anthony Jeselnik and Jim Norton,
Yes.
they make like whole specials devoted just to offending people,
Yes.
trying to get rid of this PC culture.
Yes.
And I think that's like sort of a problem because like they're intentionally trying to agitate these like PC patrol people
Okay.
Yeah.
instead of actually writing.
being a bit progressive
like,
or something.
They're not writing comedy that they actually want to write, you know?
Well, they're
Well,
not.
what did they do?
They're not specifying a.
Well, I mean, if you're just gonna focus on offending people as opposed to writing stuff that you think people in general would
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
funny.
they're not like most comedians. They're not trying to find their demographic, what appeals to people. They're not trying to be funny. They're just like, how
They're-
many people can I piss off in
Exactly.
an hour's
Well,
time?
yeah,
that's
but
that's
I
the
see-
problem with like Justin. There's a philosophy to both offensive humor and gross out humor,
Yeah.
and just humor that offends people or makes people sick, like gross out humor or crude jokes, is that you shouldn't make a joke for the sake of being crude or offensive.
Yeah.
You should make
Yeah.
a funny joke that happens to be crude
Because
or offensive.
now
See,
they're
because
just-
PC culture, that arose in response to comedians like Hicks and Carlin. They were making jokes that they wanted to make, and they just happened to offend people.
Yeah.
But they
Can I
had a
just
job
say-
to do.
Yeah,
Like-
go ahead, Raven. Go ahead.
As a, like, me personally, some of my favorite comedians are the ones that make racist jokes.
Yes.
Like, I mean, most people find that really offensive, but I'm just like, it's not meant to, it's funny, and
Yeah.
it may be offensive, but it's also, I feel that as a person, I am half white, half Mexican. Most of the comedians I do make Mexican jokes.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
And because that's just the area we live in,
Yes.
or most of them are white, making white
White
jokes,
jokes.
which is like,
Which-
I'm just like,
which are shitty ass jokes.
Yeah.
like, I'm laughing
Yeah.
because, but I don't take, I mean, some of it's true.
I think at the end of the day, you need to realize that most comedians and most people that make these jokes don't mean it.
It's
Like, Daniel Tosh can go up, and Daniel Tosh is like one of my favorite comedians. I love Daniel Tosh. I don't like his show that much, but I love his stand-up. And he can say all sorts of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
He's said stuff about Whole Foods. He said stuff about minorities and Planned Parenthood and Price is Right.
Planet Parenthood.
I always thought it was Planned Parenthood.
Parenthood.
I always thought as a child it
Isn't
was
that
Planned
illegal in
Parenthood.
the state of Texas?
To have a
Planned
planet with
Parenthood?
parents.
No, they got one.
No, they have Planned Parenthood.
They got
Parenthood
They Planned
plans.
Parenthood.
But I didn't.
But
I
anyway-
thought we only had like 2 or 3.
Anyway,
They got
at the
one.
end of the day, you know that he's not racist. He's not, like, Anthony Jeselnik isn't a ass. He is an asshole, but he's not a racist asshole.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going out and shooting people and stuff. He's making a joke, and it's funny because you are offended by it. And in the end of the day, as long as the person who said something doesn't really mean it and only meant it as a joke, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
and I'm
Oh,
saying,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
he may not be the greatest example, but it's the one I can come up with. Fluffy. He.
Yeah, Gabriel
When
Iglesias.
he, like,
Gabriel
yeah,
Iglesias.
yeah.
I have a
He-
bobblehead of Gabriel Iglesias that I got whenever he came to our
Yes,
town.
he
I
came, and it was the
instantly
best
thought
thing ever. He makes most of his racist jokes are aimed towards his specific demographic, which
Yes.
is mostly Mexicans.
Mexicans.
Yeah.
And then when he went to Hawaii, he made a whole show
With
and
Hawaiian jokes.
with Hawaiian jokes. Like,
Uh-oh.
he targets,
Yes.
but it's because he knows his. And when he had his
Mm-hmm.
show in Afghanistan.
Oh.
Yo,
The one in
yes, he did.
Afghanistan. He
Him
has
and-
an entire following in Afghanistan, and every single one of his jokes at that show
Were about
were
Afghanistan.
about Afghan.
I think they did that with Jeff Dunham as well,
Yes,
with
because-
his terrorist
yes, with
puppet,
his terrorist.
who was
He
very
is-
popular there.
Yeah, he is.
And he
Oh,
made
yeah.
all sorts of fucking jokes that
And
he
was
shouldn't have made.
like
But
he
it
was almost
great. It was
stopped.
fine.
Like he was almost stopped at customs. He was
Mhm.
almost, but then he was. I mean, it's what comedians do.
Yeah.
Like, but I was hearing when he makes, because he mostly doesn't make a lot of white jokes. If he sees a white guy in the audience, he'll make a little
Yeah.
unplanned comment. And I was reading at the show that he did recently in Hawaii. There was he went back for another tour, and he made one of those jokes to an older white couple in the audience.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't get offended. They were great.
Oh, okay.
They were offered to come
No, that was gonna get
backstage.
dark.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
it would be like
no,
Yeah.
no. But there was another guy in the audience
Oh,
who
come
took
on.
offense for them
Oh, Jesus. I
and
hate that.
sued on their behalf
Yes.
his company.
What kind of
And
They also
the-
talked about
This is
that.
what I'm
Yeah, and
talking
They
the
also
about.
talked about that on South Park because they made
Yeah.
fun of a
Like-
crippled person,
Uh-huh.
and Jimmy was crippled,
Yeah.
and he didn't take any offense, but the person was taking offense for him.
Yeah, well, and the older couple, once they had already left Hawaii by the time they went to LA and found out the guy's name and sued them.
What? What the fuck?
Well,
They're-
they found out
this is
because they were
crazy.
just like, we didn't take offense. Now it was something like there's some weird
They're
clause
the
you
real
can do that.
heroes.
Like
They're the
they
Yeah.
sued
real
them,
heroes.
and they won their case, and he lost
Yes.
his. And it was just, that's what I think is wrong with. I mean,
See, that's what I'm
Um,
talking about. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't make offensive jokes anymore
You
because
can't.
that's
I think to close out this topic is a
Wait,
really awesome topic. Yeah, this
But
talking,
I mean-
but it's gone on a long
I've
time.
been trying to
Yeah.
say
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Jane. Go ahead.
that the world is kind of entering this weird trend as
It
it
is.
usually does, and we've become so progressivist and so
progressive. Quote,
Yeah.
unquote.
Yeah.
yeah, no, like back then we
They
would
like to
become
call themselves
progressivist
progressive.
about very different things,
Yeah.
and like LGBT,
Mm-hmm.
black,
You.
Muslim.
yeah, Muslim, all these
Yeah.
these things. We become very progressive and open about it, and as time goes on, people become more offended to these things
Exactly.
when you make fun of it. And you become so progressive that you have to be progressive against that progressivism, and then it'll start. It's gonna start.
There's no. I don't think we'll have an answer to this
Yeah, it'll start going
until we
around.
look back at ourselves. Like right now, when we look back at stuff like Vietnam
Yeah.
or World War II,
Okay.
and we're like, we did things that were wrong.
Yeah.
Like we put Japanese in camps in America
Yeah.
during World War II. That wasn't good, and we fucking shouldn't have gone to Vietnam. That wasn't good.
It's
And I
like
think most of the world, as a consensus, yeah, that wasn't good.
it's.
But right now, we're not gonna know the correct answer until like 40 years in the future. Like, remember when we did that? We
Oh,
probably
yeah.
shouldn't have been
It's
doing
like-
that.
I don't
like-
know. If,
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be that soon in the future because
It's not. It's
censorship in
probably not
comedy has
gonna
been
be.
going on since stand up was a thing.
Oh, definitely.
And if it's not from one side of the political field, it's from the completely other.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like how when we read history book, it's gonna be like they did that back then, but to them at the
Yeah.
time it
Yeah.
was just completely normal.
like blackface or something.
Yeah.
Like that was an actual
Racism in
that
general.
was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was the
Those
first
movies were the
first movie to have
featured-
to have
yeah.
audio in it
Yeah.
was a blackface
The
film.
jazz
Yeah.
singer,
The jazz
man.
singer, yes. It
Well,
was,
and like when we think about it, when a lot of people see old, like I was just on the dark side of Pinterest last night at midnight.
deep web.
Deep
Um,
web.
Does this go into your topic? Because we were
It
talking
does
about.
go into
Alright,
my
Let's
topic.
go into Raven's
Transition.
topic.
yeah.
My topic is the women's rights movement. Is going up again.
Yes.
yeah.
It is.
Third
Third
wave.
wave
Third
feminism.
wave feminism.
Yes, and well, I mean, a lot
Is
of
that what it's
peop-
called?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
it is because it's going.
First wave was like voting,
was
Yeah,
voting rights.
suffragettes.
Well, that's good.
Second wave was women in the workforce.
which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Third wave is now
We're gonna
because
chop all the guys' testicles off.
we're,
Yeah.
we're
Where
at
it's
we're at equality.
dice scum, basically.
We're at equality. And that is a new wave of feminism.
Yeah.
And I do not completely. I agree with the feminism that is for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one.
Okay.
Egalitarian.
I want you
Yes.
to listen, any Tumblr feminist, that the girl in the group of men is not completely for complete feminism. She is there for equality,
Yeah.
and that's what
Because-
people miss.
Well, and it's just it bothers me so much when they're like, we want equality, but I'm just equality for who?
For them.
Yeah, exactly, for them.
They want the men's world that we live in now, because we do. We do live in a men's-centered world.
Yeah.
And it is a problem. But their solution is to flip it to the point where it's a woman-centered world, which is just the same problem backwards.
It's exactly like when, and I'm going to kind of make a weird off-the-wall argument here.
Okay.
It's when we freed... It's when back then...
We did it. Us four did it.
It's when the slaves and African Americans became free people. It was called equal rights. It wasn't called like... I mean, yeah, it was called African American rights in a sense, in a short, general sense, but it wasn't like they were going around and saying, "Oh, we need African American rights, just African American rights."
Mm-hmm.
It was more like equal rights, and then it transitioned to equal rights in the future as everybody kind of realized, "Oh, this is an issue. We all need a bit of a balance."
Yes.
But-
we live in... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's it. And as they became free, they're working their way to equality, not to superiority, but the way it is now. They're trying to flip the whole thing, and they're trying to make it to where they're the dominant.
superior.
Yeah.
I think that's just human nature, is that everyone can say communism's great, and it can work. And in a lot of ways it can work, except for the fact that human nature, no one wants to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be on top.
Yep.
You can say that, oh man, if we just get rid of corporation, then we wouldn't care. No, with like how we're wired, we would want to be the dominant species, and that's how it is now, because we're humans and we look down on every other animal.
Yeah.
We look down on every other species, and we think we're on top, and yeah, we are, but like we have to be on top, and we have people on top, and if we get rid of those people, there's just going to be new people to come on top.
And this is because I posted some. Okay, so I pinned.
Yeah, we got off track from Raven's topic.
I repinned last night at about 10:30. I repinned an old.
10:30. Repinned.
I pinned an old an old ad from like the 40s or 50s. You know, the really and it was
like an old Macy's ad or something where they're gone and all.
Yeah, like one of those. It was a magazine ad, and you know, a lot of the ones from the 40s and 50s
like
that aren't war ads or propaganda are putting, like, they put women down, and I posted it.
She did air quotes, by the way. You can't see the air quotes. She
Yeah.
said putting women down.
We'll tell you.
And it was for an ad for women to gain weight to get the correct shape.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't it was the hourglass figure, it wasn't skinny.
Yeah.
And I posted it, and some random, I don't even know who it was, got in an argument with me.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
On the internet,
which
is fun.
My
which
favorite.
is always the
My favorite.
And she said, why would you post this? This puts women down. This is just adding to the
sis.
The patriarchy.
The
I
patriarchy.
don't remember what
Thank
the
you,
word
Paul.
was.
Thank you, Paul.
And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it's just.
No, it's not.
I was like,
It's
I
not.
just posted. It's not, because it was, it's referring to a time when being curvy was considered good, and I think we need this to come back. And she was like, well, this doesn't need to come back. And I was just, it was.
Wait,
this whole
what
big
was
thing.
her argument? Why
Her
shouldn't
whole
that come
argument
back?
was, you shouldn't tell women how they should look.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
That was her entire, because this ad is telling them how to look. And I'm just like, it's just showing people. I was just doing it because, like, my comment at the bottom when I posted it was,
This needs to come back.
this needs to come back. This needs to be.
Oh, Jesus.
This needs to be.
I think it is back, really.
It is
Yeah,
back.
I think that's
it is.
fighting like the body shaming culture that was around for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Wait.
people are like, you shouldn't oppress women. You shouldn't say women should be skinny. You shouldn't say people in general shouldn't be skinny.
Yeah.
And you're here saying this is a good thing too to not be skinny, and you're like bringing up a subculture,
Yeah.
and this person is saying that you're shaming an entire subculture.
Exactly.
And that's not true.
It's not, and it bothers me because I am going to be a fashion student. I'm going to school for this. I actually got accepted Friday.
Oh,
Yay.
Mini celebration.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life, and hopefully.
Until you get
That's the plan.
until you get tired of it. When you get retired in Mulan.
In Mulan.
And I was just like, but it's
Milan.
coming back. Like, do you know how many? There are actually been a lot of articles that I've been reading that a lot of fashion designers have been refusing to design clothes for certain celebrities because they refuse to work with non-model-like subjects.
So like,
Oh,
Like,
that's
there was,
interesting.
like,
That is interesting.
And actually, one of the most recent examples of this was on Project Runway, the
Mhm.
last
Uh-huh.
season. There was
For all you avid Project Runway watchers on
there
my
was
podcast.
his name, Oliver. It was Oliver, and they were required to work with people from the set of Project Runway,
Mm-hmm.
and they were supposed to remake them. And he got a more curvier woman.
mm-hmm.
She was short like me, and she was curvy, and he
Raven's
freaks-
short, by the way.
I am 4'11".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm short as fuck.
Fuck is short.
Fuck.
You're
And
like women of all heights.
He
on the Zach Show.
complained the entire time, and the entire reason, when asked why his outfit wasn't as good as his other ones have been, he simply said, "I'm used to working with a model's body."
Ooh.
Wow.
And
Now, did he mean that in a negative way?
I don't think it processed
It just
through
sounds
his mind.
bad.
It
Yeah.
just sounded bad, and he got a lot of hate for it.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
he was not. He was classically trained. That sounds weird in the fashion business, but
No, it doesn't. I think it sounds
a lot
good.
of fashion schools, not in the U.S. or in Paris maybe, but a lot of other ones, it's just out there, more of the strict ones, work strictly with models. Like every school project, everything you design is done
on a professional model.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
and
that
your
makes
mannequin
sense,
is
yeah.
all done in the proper. Like, there's an actual model specification chart that is released every couple of years.
Like what a model should
what
look
a model
like.
should look like.
Okay.
Like, you know, on those
That's-
shows like America's Next Top Model, they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
judges each have a panel that shows specific
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
measurements that
'Cause-
hey, if this model is not in this, she is not technically a supermodel.
Okay.
Like, she is
okay.
not.
Now, would
They're
you
not.
argue that people could look at you have to be like this to be a model, and people would say, "Hey, that's not nice," to other people who don't fit that
Uh-huh.
and want to be models. Now, would you
Yeah.
say that that's empowering people who don't fit it, or that is bringing down people that do fit it, that
I
have
don't
worked
know,
really
'cause, I
hard
mean-
to get to that position?
Because I mean, that's just the convention of the trade. You gotta
Yeah.
like.
some
I mean,
people think.
I don't put down models
No.
because it does take a lot of work
Yeah.
and effort.
Yeah, they're not
Definitely.
born like that.
They're
God,
not.
no.
No.
And
And-
people think, oh, being a model is hard. You just gotta throw up all the time, and you don't get to
And
eat
no.
anything. It's like no,
And
no,
actually,
they have very.
there have been a
they're
lot
very-
of
They have,
like,
like,
a lot
regiments
of
and
shit.
model companies, like agencies, kick models out who, like, if they have anorexia,
It's
if
bad for
they-
the image.
It's bad
Yeah.
because it'll eventually get worse and worse, and they don't want that. And they do pay, like, their insurance pays for therapy, their insurance pays for health stuff like that, so they
Mhm.
can make sure, and they're, like, required to go to so many doctor's appointments throughout the year to keep their modeling license
Yeah.
for the
Okay,
agency.
okay.
And I mean, it's hard work, and I know because I was a dancer and a gymnast, and that is a lot of models start out as dancers,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they go. I mean, it's the same
Because you have
it's
to be fit.
Yeah.
the rigors and the training and the diet is really hard,
Yeah.
and I actually got out of both of them partially because of diet restrictions. I like to eat.
Yeah, there's
And
nothing
I'm
wrong with
not-
that.
and
I
I'm
enjoy
not-
eating as well.
I'm not a big person,
No, you're
and
not.
I'm not entirely active, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
For
gonna
a
tell
person
me,
that is not active at all,
You're
you
extremely
are extremely fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I mean, it's not. It's just, I think it's stupid because
Yeah.
I mean, yes, telling someone that they are not healthy looking shouldn't be putting them down. It should be,
Yeah,
you
that's
need.
sort of
I
like-
Okay,
mean-
yeah, that's just
That's sort
the
of like
thing. If
offering
you're
them,
not
like,
healthy
hey.
looking, it's probably because you're not healthy.
Yeah, like
I mean,
there's
and it
a
goes
point.
both
There's a
ways.
point where you have to be honest.
Yeah,
you have to
and-
be honest.
Okay,
with
I
yourself.
think I was about to say like, oh, I don't know if I completely agree with you guys with what you guys are saying, but now I completely I think I completely understand.
Yeah.
It's not like you can make like you can have fat mannequins and make fat dresses. And I don't mean
Fat
to insult
dresses.
fat, weighty,
Fat dresses.
hefty.
No, like we're not
portly.
trying to insult anyone. We don't have
The-
to keep
the
saying.
official
We don't have to
term
be
is-
that
The
Seinfeld
official
episode.
term is
Yeah.
real women.
Not that there's anything wrong.
Yeah,
the,
that
official,
fucking-
the official term is real women. It has been.
Thank you,
skinny
fashion
women.
industry woman, to tell
no,
me the
real
proper
women
nomenclature.
means anyone with a normal body shape,
Okay.
not one
Normal,
Not like-
in
Yeah,
parentheses.
like normal, like,
this
I
is
mean,
what normal
This is the
body
body
shapes
you were
are.
born with. This is the body you live your everyday life with.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you go
Like you
out,
didn't try to make your body, you just
Yeah,
live life, and
like,
that's
you
how
know,
it happened.
Like, you may exercise, you may eat nice, but it's a regular body. You
Mhm.
don't
Yeah,
go
okay.
through all these rigors.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Rickers.
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 Yeah.
That's the thing. I just think like, if you're fat, and I'm sorry to any fat folk out there,
Okay.
You're fine, man.
you're
It is a technical medical term.
Yeah, if you're
That is a
Chubby.
medical term. Fat is
Fat
a
is a medical.
and-
Obese. We
yeah.
can say obese.
can say
That's even
obese.
more scientific.
on
I mean-
very rare occasions will there be an instance where you just can't lose weight. You'll have what they call, I think they call a glandular problem, or some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, something like
a
that.
weight problem, or something where you have to get a tube in your stomach to where you don't eat as much.
hmm
Yeah.
There are some people that legit have to do that.
Yeah, I
but
know
then
people who have done that.
and I don't have exact statistics on this, but I'm sure if statistics were presented, they'd be skewed some way or another. Because me and
Of
Zach,
course.
me and Zach are in statistics. We
We
we'd
know
say-
these
yeah,
things.
we know these things.
We have a
don't
very
know.
involved, like
It's
you guys think you're in statistics class, people watching. No, we are in a very involved statistics
Yeah.
class where we talked real shit
Yeah.
about statistics.
It's still elementary, but I mean, Mr. Arzola, like it's Mr. Arzola again.
Yeah.
He goes very in depth with like the
I
philosophy. of
fucking
these
love
things.
it. It's my favorite.
But anyway, that is to say that there's definitively there's a normal body type. It's not like being fat means everybody has to cater to you just all of a sudden because you happen to be fat, or because it's your fault that you're fat,
Yeah.
or something like that. If it's not your fault that you're fat, okay, that's one thing, but
Mhm.
there's obviously plus size clothing. I'm trying to be a bit
Yeah.
careful about what I'm saying.
And actually, the market for plus size clothing is not very tapped because most of it is like commercial. Like, you know, you go to Walmart, Target, there's the plus size section.
Yeah.
But a lot of boutiques or like the really high, like Macy's, Caters,
They
they
don't
have
have,
they actually are starting to get entire stores. Like they may be a small section
Yeah.
inside the main store, but they have smaller boutiques that are catered. Like you go
To
in and
plus
it's
size,
yeah.
just plus size.
Yeah.
I've seen stores that are just plus size for men and
Yeah,
women.
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe there was a women's store I saw once called
The Rainbow?
Torrid or something.
there is one called the
Mhm.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah, Rainbow.
Yeah.
Rainbow.
That's
And there was
one.
there's a men's one as well. I can't recall.
Big and
I
tall.
think there's one.
Big and
It's
tall.
downtown.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah, big and tall.
the thing.
Um,
The thing is, you there's an average. Like life has averages. There are like typical things in life, and
Yes.
typically people aren't overweight.
No.
Typically people
Yeah.
aren't.
Now in our
anorexic skinny.
area and in America in general, we do have an obesity problem.
Yeah, but it's not like you're gonna take the statistics or the general idea of everybody in the world and say, okay, well, 50% are fat,
Yeah.
30% are skinny, and
No.
I don't know that.
And we know people from other countries. We have Spaniards, people from Spain in our school, and they are fit. They're pretty
very
fit.
Yeah.
They are.
They're very
Now,
They're
now our friend,
terribly
our friend
fit.
Pablo,
Yeah,
he takes care of his body
Extremely
vigorously,
well.
exactly.
so he doesn't really count as like an average.
But
person.
look at Julia.
Julia, our other Spanish
She
friend,
is a sloth.
she doesn't do anything, but she is very fit.
Yeah, there's no excess.
I
on
want
her.
to end this topic off so we can get
But-
to Jaden's
okay.
because
okay.
me myself, I wasn't a very fit individual like 4 months ago or so, and I'm going on a trip to Hawaii, and I was like, I want to be presentable in a way, so I worked out and I changed my diet. Mostly, I just stopped drinking soda, and that's
That
like
is
a
a big
huge. I've
thing.
lost 20 pounds
What?
just by not drinking soda,
God,
and
Try that.
that's the thing.
what I'm saying is like
What?
if it bothers you about it,
Then try to change
then you
it.
can change
Yeah,
it.
you can
Exactly.
definitely
And it's
change
not
it.
easy. It's not easy.
And
like
not
you
everyone
can't
is
you
going
can't
to.
do it in a day, but it's doable.
It is doable.
Now you can complain that I feel violated or I feel shamed like this, and you can complain and make other people who are fit feel bad for being fit.
Which I don't think is right.
which is just the opposite
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the original thing. It doesn't fix anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can do something, but if you don't want to do something, that's perfectly fine too. It's your body. You can live how you want to live.
But if someone makes a suggestion in the way of healthiness, you shouldn't be offended.
You should tell
by
them to
that.
fuck themselves because it's not their body.
But here's the thing, it's what was I gonna say?
What?
Oh Lord. Not Lord. We're very equal on this show. Oh jeez.
I love that the first topics on the Zach Show are very controversial.
Watch the next episode. They're going
Here's
to talk about how
okay,
you
okay.
can
We're
make
gonna talk about
bananas
abortion.
and
I remember. Here's the thing. Like I said, the life is catered to averages, and that's just the fact of life. We can't cater to every bit of everybody.
No.
We can't
But I
cater.
mean, there are plus size.
Yeah, because like
stuff.
on average, there's more regular, I guess you could say, body-shaped stores because there's just not as many abnormally body-shaped
Okay.
people, and it's not like we can suddenly start catering equally
Like you have a
to those
third
people.
arm or something.
Yeah, we.
Okay, well, I don't know, because
All the
if I go
how
into-
do you
if I-
think all the third arm people feel walking into Walmart? There's no clothing for them. They gotta cut holes in their shirt, huh? What the fuck, Walmart?
No,
Make more third arm shirts.
I'm just saying, like, if you start finding yourself being excluded from the industry,
Well,
or
I mean,
something
that's
of
the
that,
thing. I'm a plus size guy, but I never feel excluded because
No.
Well, the
I'm always
guys,
able
it's
to
a lot
play.
Yeah.
easier for guys.
It
because
is
it's
easier
not-
for guys.
it's
Like
not
we were talking
put
about
very
before.
on.
Our world
Yeah.
is very men centric. It's very
Like, I
male
mean,
centric.
yes.
Yeah, they seem to be more inclusive of the bigger males.
Men,
when you
men.
see
Honestly,
people-
men
yeah.
aren't forced
Yeah.
to be.
It's a
fit.
very
Yeah, that's
Unless,
true.
like, I mean, look at a lot of the male celebrities. They,
they got dad bod.
yeah.
Yes.
Like,
What the fuck? Goddamn. Why is dad bod like a term? That fucks me
It's
up
almost
hardcore.
glorified.
But
in
on
today's
the other
society.
on the other
Exactly.
end, People has their Sexiest Man Alive
Yeah.
magazine.
well, yes, but if you
But I
look
don't feel
at
like
the current
offended
I,
by
I
sexist,
don't
that.
feel offended. I do
It's
feel
not.
a little shitty sometimes. Like I'm like,
but
well,
if
maybe
you
if I didn't
notice,
eat that
a
brownie,
lot
I'd
of
be a little
it's-
better. But
a
you know,
lot of what's considered for male sexiness is the face area.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
jawline,
The
Exactly,
jawline,
exactly.
like how is your face
and the
symmetrical?
torso mostly.
Yes, like if
they don't
it's,
care about
if it's,
legs.
Is it a lean torso? Is it a? I mean, is it a? Like a couple years ago, it was just a straight.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's more of the triangle.
It's
shape.
always
I mean,
like
I'm
when
gonna be-
when
it's
Nirvana
changing.
and
Yeah,
Weezer
I'm gonna
were
be-
popular. It was more like
Just like the
skinny
stick.
skinny
Yeah,
guy
just
with
Or
the
sticks.
stick.
with a
Sticks.
big Adam's apple.
I mean, look at
just
this.
fucking around.
Late '90s, early 2000s. It was all about being a stick.
Yes.
The '90s, girls didn't have to have boobs or
No,
butts. You
no.
were a
Yeah,
stick.
yeah.
Now
Exactly.
we're in a very
it's
I
extremely
would
hard to
have
find like
been
some sort of
horrible in the
yes
90s.
yes.
It's
I
ex-
would have as well.
yeah, it's extremely hard to find some sort of equal ground on things like
No.
this because there's always gonna be some party that's unhappy.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be some
and,
group
and,
that has
and society is changing as well, and
Yeah.
and tomorrow maybe society worships your body type, and the next day
Yeah.
it's in the
I feel
shitter.
like
Yeah,
that's
who
how
knows?
it is.
Maybe
It's a
small
seesaw.
dicks
Like
will be in
the whole
season
country is
tomorrow.
supporting. Like who the female comedian that.
Ooh, which one?
Oh, the female comedian,
Oh,
yes.
the
Amy
one-
Schumer?
Yes,
Oh,
she
fuck
her
Amy
her
Schumer.
new body type image. The magazine. I don't know if y'all heard there's this magazine that's released every year at the end of the year, and it normally shows naked male models. Like it's just like it's
Ugh.
Okay.
I mean, not
Like Playgirl?
completely naked. No, it's like
Oh.
it's like
Jaden,
it's like a
calm down,
perfume
man.
ad.
Oh,
Okay.
That's what it is. It's like a perfume ad.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, man.
but it's showing some of America's most powerful women this year, and
Mm.
it's Amy Schumer completely nude.
Okay.
Yay.
She has a body on
She
her.
does.
She doesn't have
And
a body that
I would
people
hope
would
she has a
expect,
toy.
but she does.
She
Yeah,
does,
she's got
and
it.
they
She can
they
get it.
purposely make her cross her legs, and you can see her cellulite. They make
Okay.
her hunch over so she has her rolls
Yeah.
showing. Like they do it, and they do
That's
it.
the kind of comedian she is too.
Yeah,
man.
that is.
By the way, I
And,
don't think Amy Schumer's funny, but that's beside the point.
Yes,
I like her movie.
I didn't like the
self-
movie.
Trainwreck?
I never.
Trainwreck
I
I
was
never
wanted
a
to
train
watch
watched
wreck.
that.
It was a train
I
wreck.
never watched that one.
I wanted to
I
watch
didn't
it.
watch that one.
I
But
didn't like it.
as a like
But I appreciate what she does.
as a female motivator, I appreciate that more. I
As
mean,
a
I don't-
female in general.
Yeah. But and then it shows other powerful women. Like there's a California businesswoman, and she's like in her 80s, and
Oh,
they show her
Jesus.
like I mean she's not naked.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they show Teresa Williams.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And this year they want to do a lot of powerful women, and that's
She
what
can
it
get
is.
Oprah. We should have showed Oprah.
Those were the only
ones.
3 that
Yeah.
I just kind of like scanned the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay,
watch the
okay.
whole thing.
Yeah.
And those were just the 3 that I heard of at the moment.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
My dog wanted a pillow to lie on, so I had to get one from my bed.
it's kind of crazy how the world needs to find
Just
certain
goes there.
certain balances for
Oh,
everything,
it's-
but then it ends
You
up
keep-
that there's always some scale that's tipped off Cantor. I don't know.
Kilter?
We've been talking
Kilter.
about this I think this topic was like a merger of 3 different topics.
Yeah, it's
It
just
probably was.
We haven't even gotten to Jaden's topic.
that's fine. I'm just saying like
That's
Did you have a
fine.
topic?
I just don't
Honestly,
honestly.
Did you
Okay, wait a second. Let me talk about it for a second.
I feel
more.
like now he thinks his topic isn't as deep as mine and Paul's.
Maybe
He's
not.
just like,
I feel bad. My topic doesn't feel as deep either. Mine was just like
No,
one
I don't
question.
feel bad.
here's
No.
here's
put
the
him up to a
thing.
discussion.
I'm
That did
not.
lead to a
I wasn't trying to
discussion.
say that fat people should be excluded or that they shouldn't be catered to at all. I'm just
No.
saying that
Would
No.
say-
We're
If you-
just saying this is a hard. There's no right answer for
yeah,
this
I'm
topic.
just saying that if
Oh,
you
definitely.
find it to where you start having trouble looking for clothes or something,
That's bad.
because
maybe you
after
need
the
to do
average,
something
yeah,
about it.
maybe it's you that needs to change, not
Yeah.
society itself, because there's
Yeah, if you
there's definitive
you as an
help.
individual don't feel welcome in all of society,
Yeah.
and you blame all of society,
Yeah.
maybe you actually have to have a little bit of humility
Because I mean,
and be a bigger
And-
because
person.
I mean,
And not-
No pun
inclusivity has
intended.
limits.
And don't get offended when
Inclusivity
doctors
has
tell
limits.
you for your health.
Yeah.
Because
For
they
your health.
literally mean for your health. It's not
'Cause
a
there's-
polite way of saying you're fat.
No.
It's,
Yeah, no,
You need
it's like
to-
you're going to die sooner because
Yeah.
of how
If
you're
you're
living
fat.
your life.
You
There's
can't
definitive
say
health
that
in
your
this.
doctor is fat shaming you if he tells you to lose.
No, 'cause he's
Your
a fucking
okay,
doctor.
first of all,
saying it.
my doctor. I don't know if any of y'all know Dr. Butler. My doctor.
Dr. Bello?
Butler.
Butler?
Butler.
I have
Butler.
Dr. Bello.
No, my doctor is
Dr. Barber.
this old
Shut
white
the
man
fuck up.
Uh-huh.
who is fat as fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like,
he
I mean,
shouldn't be a doctor.
He's a big man. Like he's.
Imagine the doctor in Forrest Gump. Well, your back is crookeder than a politician. That's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, I guess my topic now.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got? Lay it
Let me
on me,
think.
He's
Jaden.
sweating, thinking of one right on the spot.
Okay. I thought of something. I thought it was a bit. I don't want to use words like this on the Zach show, but I guess there's
Go ahead.
with the society we're in. It's the best I can term it.
We have a lot of society
yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
That is good. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Jaden. Go ahead.
It's a little edgy.
Ooh!
It's
Straight
a-
off the
I
kitchen
can't.
cabinet. Straight off the kitchen drawer with
Straight
that
from the
edge.
guy from-
You
Here's
better
the,
watch yourself.
the topic I thought of
Okay.
was why do we make such big deals about things and all this and all that, and maybe kind of care so much about things that would matter so little if we're all going to die anyway.
Oh, geez.
I've thought about
You're getting
that.
all existential.
We're gonna
here.
get very.
And I think the answer
This
to
is
that
where
question
Zach Show takes a very sharp
Okay.
U-turn to
And
hell.
I think the
Yeah.
question for that is, not the question, the answer.
We're gonna answer
that
a question
answer.
with the question get very metaphysical.
I think the reply to that is, we want to leave our world, the state of our environment, the state of our, society, in a better place than it was for us for future generations. That's
Yes.
why we care so much.
Of course, but
I want to start off
Well-
with your topic saying there's no answer. There's no answer
There's
to
no
it. But we
answer.
can talk day and night about it, but there's no answer to this topic.
Well,
but
and I
I
think-
love to talk about this shit.
And
It's
I
good
think
shit.
One of the things is, even though, like what Paul said, like we want to leave it better, we don't always do so.
No.
No,
And some
we
people's
don't.
version of better is not the same
Yeah,
as
exactly.
other people's.
Hitler
That's
why
thought,
there's so
like
much-
Hitler thought a version of better was Jews didn't exist,
Yeah.
and that's not what. That's
And
not
he
right.
Is, he is
Yeah.
considered. It is not correct, but that doesn't make him not
A good-
sincere. It's not
Yeah.
like
Zach Show supports
I mean-
Hitler. He
God
can do what he
damn it,
wants.
no, like because what was it? There was
I could see it.
it was on something, and it was a picture of Hitler and his daughter. Like the one of him holding
Yeah,
his daughter's
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, why would you show that picture? This just is horrible." And I'm like, it's horrible because it shows that he wasn't a complete monster. He was human. He was doing it because that's what he believed in.
Yeah.
And just like how we believe America believes the entire world needs to be a democracy,
It doesn't.
it
No.
doesn't.
There are a
because-
lot of places that function just fine.
and
Yeah.
we
In
want
fact,
to
I
say,
would argue
and we
the
point
opposite.
out
That's
all
for
of-
somewhere else. Yeah.
we point out all of these things like, oh, this dictatorship is bad, this communism is bad, but you don't hear about like how many countries are there in the world?
Oh, there's like
There's-
a 200 and something.
Exactly.
Jeez.
We don't hear
I mean,
about
I knew
many
that.
of them, and many of
I
them
didn't.
are
I-
dictatorships.
Yeah.
They are complete monarchies. They're
They're-
communist countries,
Yeah.
and they're completely fine. They carry on with trade. They do. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it depends on your
Cuba-
version.
Cuba's doing better now
Yeah.
that it's out
now
of
that the
it.
embargo's lifted.
Because
Yeah.
that wasn't communistic, that was dictatorship.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can't force our way of thinking onto Cuba
Yeah.
because that's
Cuba's
not
doing.
that's not
Castro
their
did
way.
nothing wrong.
Zach Show supports dictatorship all across. We don't specify. We just support dictatorship.
Once.
Mostly because most of us do.
No, but what I was
We're all
try-
dicks. Most.
what I was trying to say is
Okay.
that humans go about their lives doing
Yeah.
things, and I've heard this from somebody. Not gonna say his name because I don't want to quote him too much. Make it seem
Arzola?
like
Yes,
no,
Is it Arzola?
no,
Arzola is
try not to
okay.
say his name again.
I want to say it because it makes me laugh.
Yeah. Okay. He's told us that people go on with their lives doing things that won't matter in the future, and they'll think back to it maybe 10 years from now, like I should have been doing that and not that, and then they'll do
Okay.
something completely worthless. Like right now, I'm just playing Fallout 4 all day.
Yeah.
Into those in the future, this is when Fallout 4 came out. Really, really good game. Buy it.
Yeah, it's been out for like 30 weeks.
Yeah.
Buy
So-
it in your future lives.
Yeah. I've just been playing Fallout 4, and in the future, maybe 10 years from now, maybe even 5 years from now, I'm not gonna remember that at all. I'm not gonna remember the good.
You might even regret it.
Yeah, the good times I had with that game. I'm not really gonna care too much about it in that time in the future.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
so-
might be nostalgic
that was
for
your
it if
question.
someone brings it up.
Why do we do the things we do? Like
If it
like,
doesn't
even
matter in the
menial
end.
shit?
If it doesn't matter in the end.
It's
Like,
a-
why? My parents
Almost-
yesterday, they were like, why are you making Zach's show? And a lot of people ask me, why are you making Zach's
That's
show?
another thing. It kind of goes inversely. Like, why can't we do?
Why
certain
can't?
things?
What do you
Why
want
can't
me
we
to
just-
do if
yeah.
I don't make Zach's show? Do you want me to just like
Where I'm gonna die
treat
anyway.
every day like it's a miracle? Because then, if I treat every day like it's a miracle, then none of the days are miracles because they're all average.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like it's awesome that I'm alive right now,
Yep.
and I'm on a podcast that I made.
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends here that were willing to come on this podcast with no information about the podcast. They were just told to bring a topic.
He's gonna
And-
slander us in this video.
And like in a couple, maybe this podcast will be super fucking huge. I don't know. And maybe I'll keep doing it for
What?
40 damn years. I don't know.
Big maybe.
But maybe,
That'd be
big
nice.
maybe, maybe no one fucking watches this podcast. Who's watching?
all 16 people.
And then
Thank
then
you.
I look back at it and I'm like, oh, I made a podcast. I remember that. That was cool. Or maybe like, oh, I should have been focusing more on school. Maybe.
Well, you see, I don't think it matters if you remember it or not. Because you, right now,
Are enjoying
in the
it.
present, you're having
Yeah.
fun with it.
I believe it was Death Grips who said, fuck where you're from, fuck where you're going, it's all about where you're at.
Maybe.
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 I mean, instant gratification. I think there's nothing wrong with that. There's so
Exactly.
much
I
hate
mean-
for people. Oh, you want to just have it.
I
now,
think
now,
I
now.
think
Well,
most
yeah,
instant
'cause I'm
gratification
alive.
is blocked out by moral standpoints in religion. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Mostly
like it's like
because
I want to
they
fuck all the
portray-
time. It's like no, you can't do that. You're not married.
Well, they don't portray instant gratification as like I only want instant gratification for things I know are wrong. Like no,
Yeah.
like if I open the door or I turn on the tap, I want water. I want the door to
Yeah, that's
open.
instant
That's
gratification.
instant gratification.
Or if you think it's hot and you turn the fan on, you're instantly gratified that it's not fucking hot.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
People
not
think
like,
of it as like a dirty thing,
it's like I want instant
like drugs
gratification.
or sex
so
or
I'm gonna go
Oh,
like
yeah.
cheat
money.
my way through college
Yeah.
to get my
I-
degree because
I
I don't want to
think-
do it. I mean that's
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
if you
another
can
thing,
manage,
college is useless in a way, but that's another topic.
Jaden, my answer for you is: I think if you can make yourself happy, not at the expense of
Yeah, like,
causing
if you don't-
sadness to anybody
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
then
if
it doesn't matter.
Hitler.
Like
It
if you're
doesn't
like I
matter
like
if
to
you're
kill
gonna
people,
remember it.
We're
you
looking-
shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Hitler.
Then I think
Just
that
bashing Hitler.
Hitler,
just
if you're watching
living in
this
the
right
now,
now.
that's enough. Just you
Yeah.
having that
I
experience
feel like you
at
know
the
how to get on
present
the guitar
moment.
table,
Yeah.
but you can't.
Zelda, you cannot get on the guitar table.
It's
We're
It
trying
cannot-
to
it
talk
can
about
barely
deep
support my
shit,
cup.
Zelda.
it kind of goes back to this weird idea that
Okay.
the society is very centralized on everybody pulling their weight to help everybody
Like a
else.
hive mind of
yeah,
sorts.
and you can't. And that while that is like, okay, true, you have to, it kind of sucks that's how life is.
Yeah.
Because you can't end up being the person you want to be. I'm not saying you should be a murderer if you want to be a murderer. If you want to be a murderer, that means you have issues.
Yeah.
And you need
You
to wanna
should do
be-
what you want to do as long as it doesn't make other people. I'm not gonna
long
say
as it doesn't
angry
hurt.
because you're gonna make
Yeah,
someone
you're gonna
angry
make-
as long as you don't physically or
Harm.
mentally cause harm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because that goes back to what
Yeah,
I was
'cause
saying.
I
If
wanna-
you want to make people laugh, if it offends a few people, then so.
I hear
be it. But
people all the time. They're like, kids now. I believe SNL made a sketch about it, and it made me a bit mad. And it was like, kids today just want to make videos and podcast, and look where the fuck I am right now on my podcast.
Yeah.
And like, they don't want to be doctors or lawyers, and we need more doctors and lawyers. And I'm like, I could probably be a decent lawyer if I wanted to, but I don't. I don't feel any. I get
And
gratification.
don't have an
Do you know
inclination
how
to
many
it.
people
This.
drop out of med school
Yeah.
or like
A lot. It's very
like,
difficult.
I mean, a lot of people who graduate never actually
Yeah.
get to become a lawyer
Yeah,
or
they're
a
saying,
doctor.
like-
There are too many.
Like people say, like I'm not gonna contribute to the world because I'm gonna get a degree in graphic design
Yeah.
and computer science, and saying that's not useful because we're not gonna need that to like.
Like, have
But
you
we
ever
are
seen,
gonna need
have you
that.
ever
Who
seen
gives
a
a shit,
movie?
though?
Do you
Yeah.
take your kid to
Do you
go
enjoy
see a
fucking
cartoon?
movie? I mean, like maybe in like very rural places that have to worry about shit like if they're gonna eat today. No, that's not important.
No.
But in this
Right.
society I'm in right now,
yeah.
it is important
Like,
in
I
a
mean,
way.
if you turn on TV and there are no graphic designers, there are no
It's gonna be a
producers,
shitty
there are no
TV show.
cameramen,
It's
there are no people who go and get degrees
Yeah.
in useless things, then you wouldn't have a TV
Yeah,
would be useless.
exactly.
We would
I
still
want-
have the radio.
I want you, the viewer, to imagine right now that all the graphics on your screen right now that I made for like a week are not there. It's just a black screen, and that I didn't put any of the cool bumpers or anything. I just had a fucking black screen.
The bumpers.
And you might just listen to this, but imagine also if this microphone was shit and I didn't give a fuck about how it was set up. It would suck. And like,
It would.
and you wouldn't want to watch this. And maybe it's cool if you didn't watch it. I mean, you didn't get anything except for some gratification. Like if this podcast didn't exist, it wouldn't hurt your existence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
I'm just-
if
goes
it, but
back.
it does exist, it might make you think a little today, or it might make you smile a little more today, or it might make you fucking pissed at me today. I don't care, but it affected you, and that's what art really is. It's just of anything that affects someone that really isn't, that is made by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not saying everybody in the world should go around saying that
No.
I don't care about society or like a contribution.
We
to
need
because
people-
that would
humanity.
That would be
Yeah, 'cause
anarchy.
there'd be no
Yeah, because then
society.
everybody would start doing
We
that.
just fucking murder
But
each
I
other
think
on
we
the
should.
street.
Yeah,
Because
I
we
don't think
have
we should be
followers.
so hung up on each other.
We need to find a happy medium.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
acknowledging that society needs certain things, but allowing people to
Yeah.
We, us
satisfy
four,
themselves.
Zach Show would like to announce today that we're making our own country. It's in my room. Zach Show is the free haven for all the believers out there
But we
Yeah.
are,
that are sick of this shit.
there's
Jack off hours are from 12 a.m. to
I,
12 p.m.
I didn't agree with that.
I'm gonna just go, eat while y'all do that. That's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Alright, that's fine.
There's no judging here, except if you're a bad person, then we'll judge the fuck out of you.
Or
But
unless
what
you're
is
done,
bad though?
we judge
Exactly.
the fuck out of
What
them.
is
There-
Alright.
All
We
the
need to
questions
find-
and all the topics we talked about. There is no
Right
answer.
answer.
Yeah,
No
they're
right
There's
extremely-
no right answer. There's no wrong answer.
They're subjective.
There are just
It's very subjective.
There's
things that are
solutions
morally
possible.
wrong.
There are
Yeah.
things, and it's your opinion mostly.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, it's okay to murder. I don't see anything.
Well, if you were the Aztecs and the Mayans, it was totally
Exactly.
okay.
See?
Yeah.
And
That
in
was a
war,
murder.
it's fine.
That was sacrifice.
Well,
Today
not when
would
they,
be-
they cannibalized.
Well, they
some of
didn't
their
sacrifice
victims.
themselves, so
yeah,
it was
that's true.
murder.
That's true.
And I mean, like war is pretty much murder.
Oh,
War is a
definitely.
good band. You leave war alone.
Shut the hell up.
They
No.
murder my ears.
Right.
Dirt.
I'm joking.
He's a little higher.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I'm very happy with how long we talked. We talked for I wanted topics to be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We talked for 40.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very happy with
Good
that.
shit,
Though. At least we didn't talk for 5.
Yeah.
Some basically, good old little moral of today's Zach show, I guess.
There are none.
Find a happy. Yeah, there's no happy medium. do whatever you want, but wherever you are currently in your life, there's gonna be something that sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean,
If everything was awesome, everything would suck.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't have the term suck. Like if
There'd be no ups and downs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it would be. You would probably kill yourself because you would be bored.
Yeah, we're
I'd-
being too happy.
I don't know if
Mhm.
I'd do that, but
I'd hate
you know,
being too happy.
Yeah, if I'm happy all the time, then I'm not really happy.
Yeah,
Then,
you can't
then
be
you
happy.
don't know anything
You're just
else.
content.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you're happy all the time, then you don't know anything.
It's like
else.
someone who does drugs all the time and they get addicted
Yeah.
because now that's their new level is that they
Of
have to
normal.
have drugs.
Exactly.
And they don't get high anymore, they just get to a
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
exactly. Good old.
Good old.
Good old.
Good old, good old.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
wanted-
bring it to some lighter topics. This is
Alright.
very,
Wait.
very deep.
I
Okay,
wanted
The
to
fact that
say
I just
one
close
thing.
us out on this topic, Jaden.
I wanted to say one thing earlier about Raven's topic.
Oh, we're going
when
back.
she said that like guys, or no, it was Zach that said it.
Okay.
Paul too, and Raven. So it was everybody.
We all agreed.
Yeah.
I want to
We all
go back
agree.
to what everyone said real quick.
Yeah. That guys have less of a standard for what looks good because usually it's only the face.
Well, not really what looks good, just what's acceptable.
What's acceptable.
Yeah.
What's acceptable.
Like if I see just like Paul walking down the street, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's so fat. How can he respect himself?
How could you do
or,
that?
or like if I walk out in like sweats and a dirty t-shirt, I won't get that many dirty looks.
I
But
was
if
gonna
I
say,
do that, I'm just like,
Yeah,
what
you're
the
gonna
fuck
be
are you
called a
doing with your
slob.
life?
Yeah.
If I don't do my hair and put a hat on, it's fine. But if Raven does that, she might get looked down upon.
I was just gonna say that.
She has this face like he understands. He knows the struggle.
I was gonna say that me personally, I understand that completely. Where it's usually girls pay attention more to a guy's face
Yes.
than their whole
Body.
entirety of them.
And then the opposite for guys. A
Yeah.
lot of guys
I
don't
mean-
look at a girl's
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I've
I
had.
look at a girl's face.
Yeah, I've had like what?
Not as much me.
I've had a
Yeah.
few ladies tell me I'm pretty handsome. Feel free to not
So
comment
So
on
your
that.
one girlfriend?
No wait.
Hey.
She's
Actually, I don't think she's called him attractive, so we're fine.
okay.
Oh,
She's-
Raven, Jesus, man.
She tells me I'm cute. I'm adorable.
She said I'm okay.
Raven, would you call Jaden cute?
No,
I don't know. Actually, I can honestly say I don't
Raven,
see any of
how
y'all
would you
like
rank
that.
us on?
How would I rank you?
No.
1 to 10? How would
No.
you rank each of us?
No, I don't want to hear that.
Like, just in this room, I
I
have
want
my
to.
whole
If they don't want to
list.
hear, I want to hear mine. What would you
Okay.
rank me 1 to 10?
Oh no.
1 to 10?
Like everything.
Just
You're a solid 7.
I can live with that. I'm perfectly content with 7.
what about my Tyler?
No, we're not just gonna start bringing people.
No.
Yeah.
I was just
I
saying.
refuse to talk about
I'm gonna
Tyler.
give a body shout out
We're
so
not
you can rank me.
misandrous pricks on the
Okay,
Zach
You
Show.
can follow me
That are
on
gonna
Twitter at
objectify
Zach
men.
Minyard, and you can rank me,
1 to 10.
and we'll share the rankings on Zach's show
Okay.
next time.
I was gonna ask.
Okay, what? So should we just say, like, that should be a segment. We'll just do...
Yeah, next
Give
week.
us a-
Next time.
Well, we're
Rate-
gonna
it
objectify
won't be.
men.
I'm
Rate
gonna
my
tell you right now,
ugly-
it's not gonna be next
I
week.
want
It's
you
gonna be
to-
next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I want you to
Whatever.
rate my ugly ass on a scale of 1 to 10.
Do you guys want to post your pictures too?
Okay, wait.
We'll
I
do
ju-
it.
We're gonna have our.
I know I
pictures
said
up,
I
aren't we?
didn't want it, but now I kind of want it.
You got a new haircut, so that'll work.
I think
Yeah.
people are afraid that they're gonna say something bad, but at the same time they want to hear something good.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Just
care.
on a
I
scale
don't give
of
a fuck. I don't
on a
give a fuck because I
want-
don't care what you have to tell me.
on
I'm
a
just
scale of
curious.
1 to
You are
100, since
staying.
you can, exact it a bit more.
Why
What would
don't
you
just do
give?
decimals?
What would you give me on a scale of 100 to 1 to 1?
From
on a scale
100
of 100,
Scale of
They're
100.
just- how would you say this man is right here?
That was a really
Do you
good
want
one.
pre-haircut or post-haircut?
Oh,
All haircut.
Mm.
All
Oh,
cut.
I'll post both pictures. I'm gonna get one of you with
Do you
your
have
haircut.
one? Do you have one?
Mackenzie probably has one.
Yeah.
Is it
his
a weird,
girlfriend probably
creepy
has
one,
one,
like the one he
Mackenzie.
has of his
Yeah.
girlfriend on
Oh,
his
I
phone?
have one.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Paul has one.
I have one.
This is great.
Jaden's an 8.
Let's go ahead.
Solid 10, maybe.
Oh wow, thank you, dog.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Zelda.
Thanks,
for-
Chihuahua.
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 Let's go ahead and let's do our outro of the show.
All right.
All right.
If you want to support
That's-
Zach's show, you can give this a like. You can
On
give
our-
this a subscribe.
donate on Patreon.
Yeah,
Don't
Patreon.
no, I don't
That's
take
what I was
I
gonna
don't
say.
take donations. This is all my free time.
We don't take donations, or he
Zach's
doesn't.
show does not own any
Hey, I
of the
gotta get to
music,
college.
But
Yeah.
Paul
any of
does.
the music or sound that is on it.
Oh, what, you didn't do your own this time?
I did one that's my own.
No
That was
donations.
the intro is the only original thing because I don't want a bunch of original music. I enjoy.
Subscribe.
Yeah. If you want to follow
Said
me
that
on
right.
Twitter, I have a Twitter at Zach_Minyard.
You want to follow?
I'll talk about
Just
Zach
put it
Show.
in the description.
Zach Show will come out. I'll put all this shit in the description. Zach Show will come out bi-weekly. So in 2 weeks there will be a new Zach Show. I don't know if I'm gonna release this on Wednesday or Thursday.
Just like real quick, have you heard of like this new channel called like Urban Squealer? And it's a really cool. It's a pretty cool video.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. You guys go ahead and promote your shit. Paul, you go first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't have a fucking YouTube channel that's active. But you can follow me on Twitter, and I guess that'll be in the next.
Yeah, I'll put that in the description. His is well, say the name so they know which ones you
Okay.
are.
Mine is. It's at Seppuku.
Seppuku.
It's like seppuku, but with them.
Oh.
Instead of the first U.
It's like this, but it's not.
Seppuku.
Okay, Jaden, promote your shit.
All right. Okay. So I got a Tumblr. I have a Snapchat. I have
Don't
a
tell people
Twitter.
about your.
No, don't
Tumblr.
put you on Snapchat. I'm not gonna put your Snapchat.
I got YouTube where I argue
Urban
with people.
That's
You
the-
should make videos of you arguing with people.
No, because then. Oh, you know what? That seems like what I do.
That
what I
seems
should do.
that seems like I'm interested in that. A lot of people are interested.
Yeah.
Jaden picks internet fights.
Yeah, he really does.
On purpose.
He's a
Not-
social
yeah,
For
justice.
fun.
It's not
Ja-
so much as
He's
I
an
used to.
anti-social justice.
Jaden
warrior.
is an anti-social
Anti-
justice warrior.
Urban Squealer at YouTube.com.
Go dislike his page
Go-
if you've been
no,
offended.
Go like my page. I have likes turned off on my videos.
Because all
So-
these people are butthurt
So
by
yeah,
him talking.
some troll assholes were like, "I hate you," and those are pretty terrible videos anyway. So they disliked them.
Raven, what's your shit?
Okay, so I am currently not. I have social media accounts. You can go to my Tumblr and my Instagram at actuallyjustme16.
Is that really what it's called?
That's
yeah.
actually that's
That's
what it's
what it's
called.
called.
That's pretty good. I
Oh,
like
That's
that.
actually just me 16. I do have a YouTube. Nothing's on it, so I'm not gonna give it to you.
I'll give it
Yeah.
to you.
It's just my name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, mine's just my name too.
yeah, mine's my.
You're
YouTube.
on my channel if you're watching this, so
Yeah.
That's it. Like Instagram. I haven't checked it in a while.
meh. I have an iFunny. I don't give a fuck about it.
I
You
take
can follow it. It's called. What's it called? It's called Legal Yeet Change.
Oh yeah.
It was legal name change, but then all the yeet shit came out, and I changed it to legal yeet change. Yeet.
I take donations.
Wait, if they plug their Tumblr, I want to plug my Tumblr.
You want to plug Tumblr? Paul,
Yeah.
Paul, plug your Tumblr.
My Tumblr is activists on activists.
Oh, that's right. You changed it.
Yeah, I had a music Tumblr. I did. I'm really bad with social media.
I forget my Tumblr. I don't
Yet
use
you
it.
manage a theater company social media site.
I'll promote my Tumblr next time.
I'm bad at personal social media because I get
Yeah.
bored with it. But I do manage social media sites as a business of sorts, but I don't get paid.
You're an intern.
I'm an intern. I'm an intern.
Ah, internet.
It makes me feel very low to say I'm a social media intern. I'm an intern at an actual company that does
Actual.
at an actual company. It's a college, and I do their advertisements. I made a lot of advertisements. That makes me feel better. But when I have to say I make Facebook for a nonprofit, it makes me. I mean, it's great. I think it's great. But other people are like, "Oh, do you have a real job?"
Hey, I get to be around really cute clothes all day and just give them to other people.
Yeah.
I get to be around really cute boys all day.
No, it's like clothes.
Clothes.
I work
Close.
at Aeropostale because they all rated me a 9 out of 10 on the 1 out of 10 scale.
Oh, whatever.
9 out of 10
I
on
work
the
at
one lesson.
Aeropostale. The one condition is I can never take off my shirt because I look like a taco. I was gonna say flaco, but
Pretty boy
Fla-
Flacco.
Lord Pretty Fucking J.
Lord
Flacco.
Pretty Flacco. I want to talk more about rap, but only Paul listens to rap.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll bring EJ on the show.
Oh yeah.
talk about have a rap special.
We'll bring EJ and Will and
I know
Paul.
some- I
and
know
we'll
some-
have,
We'll
we'll have
I
a
know-
Dick
we'll talk
Fest rap
music,
special.
yeah.
I know DJs.
Don't forget to
You know
watch.
DJs?
Yeah.
Like who?
That's cool.
Oh, Paul, how good am I with names?
Oh.
You're a
Exactly.
shitty name person, Raven.
I am. Like, there are people I've known my entire
Do
life.
you know
and unless
DJ
I-
Dog Dick?
DJ Dog Dick.
DJ Dog Dick. Shouts out
I
to
can
DJ Dog Dick,
obviously,
man.
I can completely and honestly say no.
Yeah.
DJ
No.
Dog Dick and MC Dangling Balls.
MC Dangling Balls.
Couchy Justa.
What the fuck?
All the-
Shouts to Couch.
All the best meme rap.
I'm more of the
R.I.P. 3 Pop.
contemporary
Oh, man.
DJs.
Yeah.
Like
You don't know?
EDM DJs?
No.
Makes a disgusted face. No. I'll bring Kobe on the show and talk shit about EDM because Kobe loves EDM.
Oh,
Fucking,
yeah.
he's
Goddamn.
into
He
anything.
always tries to get me to listen to it too. Like if he sees that it's like says DJ at the end of a song, he's just like,
Hey, you should listen to this.
yeah. And I'm
What
just
about
like,
DJ Khaled? Shouts to DJ Khaled.
I feel like
Another one.
because I feel like
Another
because
one.
I play Skyrim and all the Elder Scrolls games, he thinks that I will do anything.
Yeah. Hey, you should listen to
I
this.
was actually
Cool,
extremely
right?
surprised when you
Hey, you should
admitted to that.
I know, like I
And you
almost
had-
did it. I almost didn't, but I was just like,
I also want to talk more about games, but I'll bring people who talk about games. I don't like to make people feel like, oh no, they're talking about this thing I can't relate to. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Yeah. Well,
Like this
I
one,
think
this one was
we're
more
all-
social because
yeah.
we're all social
Yeah.
people in our ways.
actually,
Like
I was gonna
Keep up.
I was gonna say that earlier. I think it's gonna suck when I go to college. If I go to I'm gonna go to college.
If.
I'm gonna go to college.
you mark my words, Zach Show audience. I'm going to college.
It's gonna suck, I think, because I like this part of the Texas.
Why?
And I like. And I
What
like.
is here?
Wait.
Why?
I like the school we go to because there are just. It's full of socialist people. and
Yes.
It's full of very open-minded characters.
Yes, it is.
You mean social?
You
Social.
said
It's a
socialist,
socialist.
and I was
No,
like,
that's also
I
true.
literally mean
That's
no.
also-
I
it is
literally
also
mean
true.
socialist people
Okay.
because they're all open-minded about everything. And
except for the like the people, except for like maybe like the underclassmen.
yeah.
Once you're there for a while, you weed out the weak and you kick them out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
our school's the best at that.
Yeah.
And we have a graduating class right now of 68
Yep.
kids.
Yeah?
Ah,
We started off with like what? 100?
72.
We
fuck
started
that.
with 72.
Well,
this year we started
we
with 72.
started-
No, I'm
Freshman
talking about
year,
freshman year.
we had
120.
120.
Yeah. Good luck getting
We
into
got
that
rid
top
of almost
10%.
half of them.
Yeah, our top 10% is shit because there's like 8 people in
And
it.
Yeah.
well, it's really hard to move up in our.
Oh,
It is
school.
because everyone
Everyone
is pretty.
takes the exact same classes.
Everyone's pretty much where they're gonna be. There's no moving.
Yeah, no.
I've been the same rank at our school all through.
I thought you were talking about
I don't
socially.
even
I was
know,
like, oh,
but
that's
probably
disappointing.
42.
No, like in a class
I-
rank, I've
I-
been the same rank.
Letting you guys know, any of our good old. Oops, I tapped the computer.
The
Any
only
of our-
people that are probably watching this are people that we know.
Yeah,
Because
Probably.
yeah, pretty good. Are
who's
good.
watching?
Hopefully you'll skip to the end to hear this. Anybody from school you know, I'm gonna be running for homecoming king.
Oh
God
Jesus!
damn it.
I'm not voting
That's
for
how-
you.
We are
Zach
only-
Show does not endorse Jaden as
We are
homecoming
only-
king.
We are only going to vote for your girlfriend and make her go with someone else.
Oh,
Zach
no.
Show doesn't endorse any homecoming anything.
Actually, do you know Jackie and Julia are
Oh yeah.
running
For king and
together?
queen,
for
Oh,
king
that's
and
cute.
queen?
I'm voting for them.
Yeah.
Jackie's a girl, by the way.
They're
Jackie
both
and-
girls.
They're both
Julia-
Neither of them are lesbian.
For
But
king,
Voting for them.
for king and queen.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're currently running.
It's
Yeah.
like
It
whenever we
started?
all wore
No, it hasn't
dresses and
started.
everyone
It's
got
like-
pissed.
They're-
It's
they
like
said they're
when
going
Pablo
to.
wore dresses and
Yeah.
and everyone wore dresses.
That was.
and
I want to tell that. I'm
Oh.
gonna end the podcast with
Oh.
that story. Okay.
Aaron was
What?
beautiful
Yeah. it was.
Our ending topic is one time.
last year.
Last year.
Let's just call this Zach's tells a story. Zach's
Okay.
storytelling.
All right.
Once upon a time at New Tech Odessa last year, me, my friends Pablo, Dylan, and Aaron, who will all be on the podcast, you
Was
all
it
get
Dylan?
to hear him.
Was it?
I believe he was.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
he
Dylan
was,
was
but he
going to.
arrived late, and
Yeah,
so
okay.
we texted
They
him and
were.
told
We
him
all
not to.
planned
He was like, oh, shit,
randomly.
he goes home.
Pablo comes up to me randomly during a class. He says, "Wear a dress tomorrow." And I said, "Why? Are we gonna record something that you need a girl for?" He's like, "No, I think it'd just be funny if we get a group of guys to all wear dresses tomorrow." And I said, "That's awesome. I'm gonna do that." So I come home and I take my mom. My mom was a cancer survivor, so she had wigs for when she didn't have hair. She has hair now, if you wonder. And so I borrowed that wig.
If you want her.
I borrowed one of her ugly dresses, and I
The same when you were freshman year, right?
yeah, it's the she doesn't let me use her good dresses.
It's like a sackcloth with
I have a
flowers.
picture. I'll
Yeah.
put the picture up, and I put some jewelry on as well. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go tomorrow and do this. I have off-campus first period. I don't go to that school. I go to a different school for a different class, and then I go to that school. So I was like, I'm not gonna wear it to that school because I'll just be one guy in a dress and I'll look dumb. So I kept it in the car, and then I was heading over to the school, and I got 50 different texts from 50 different people. My girlfriend at the time texted me, all the people involved, friends of mine. I believe you texted me.
Yeah.
You texted me. Raven didn't text me. Raven didn't give a shit about my social life.
Yeah.
They said they got in massive fucking trouble for wearing dresses, and
That's 'cause I
that
was in
they called
Linda's
their
class.
parents, and
They had to leave.
They had to leave. They had to get new
was
clothing.
shit.
So I didn't come in a dress because I knew I would have gotten just fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was really bad, and it split the entire school. Like, how come they couldn't wear dresses? Why can't they wear dresses? There's nothing
Well-
in the book that says they can't. And we've
Yeah.
had people in the past
Like
that have worn dresses that had identified as women that were men,
Yeah.
and no one gave them shit
Well,
about
and
it.
he was kicked, and the one that specifically
We
talked
won't say
about.
names. We won't
We
say
won't
names.
say
Yeah.
his name. I don't know what he identified as, him or her right now, but when he went to school, he was a he, and he wore makeup, wore girls' clothes, wore guys' clothes, but he got mad. Like it was towards the end
I don't
of
really
sophomore.
know. I don't know anything.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Towards
yeah.
the middle of sophomore year, he got mad because he tried to use the girls' restroom. And instead of asking anyone, he just went in at lunch to the girls' restroom. And lunchtime, a lot of girls are in the restroom. We freaked the fuck out.
Were you in the restroom?
No,
Oh, okay.
I had just walked out of the restroom.
Oh, wow.
And I was on my way back to the cafeteria. And, like, it was this whole big deal because he wanted to be treated equal and wanted to go to the girls' restroom.
This was like 2 years ago.
yeah, this
This
was a
isn't
pretty
when
long
all
time
this
ago.
shit was...
No, but
that we've
this
talked
is
about's
one of the
going
main
on.
arguments we used for he was allowed to use the girls' restroom, but then he left this semester because he wasn't being treated correctly.
Yes.
He was allowed to use the girls' restroom. He was allowed to identify
As a
as
woman.
female, but continued to dress and sometimes act as a guy.
Yeah, and then... But sometimes he would wear women's outfits, and then the big argument was, if he could do that, how come we couldn't do that?
And the counter argument, and honestly, I'm gonna say that
Okay.
I was kind of on the other side of this whole
You were.
Imperial Republic revolution.
Jane's a half empty kind of guy.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I'm just a half kind of guy in general.
Okay, go on, Jaden. And close this out, Jaden.
Right
Close
down.
this out.
I said, but guys, you aren't gay. So I mean, you're just
or identify as.
Or
a man.
identify. We were
The
doing
end,
it
no.
as a joke. We
Yeah.
weren't trying to offend anyone.
Well,
we just
and-
wanted to be
exactly.
funny.
And I said, but you guys are joking about it. You're not serious, and in that sense, it can be offensive.
Fucking Zach and Cody can dress up as little Japanese
Yeah.
girls, and it's
Yeah.
funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Geishas and
Yeah.
shit.
And then we do it, and we get called out
Well,
because it's
and
not right.
Yeah.
another argument from our side was the other two high schools in our town have this tradition. Every year,
Oh
the
yeah.
football teams and we're in Texas,
Yeah.
West Texas. Our football is very seriously. These guys are huge.
Mm-hmm.
They're either really
they do
muscly or
they do powder puff
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are huge, and they dress up
as
in
girls.
tutus. They put makeup. They do wigs.
And
do,
they dance.
Some of them do heels, and they make an entire choreographed dance every single year.
Yes.
And it's a joke, yes, but no one's taking offense because it's a tradition. It's not. They're
Yeah.
not doing
It's not rooted in a
And
bad
actually,
thing.
I think when it happened, some of the guys, or one of the guys after he graduated from OHS, like, came out or something.
Okay.
And, like, I mean, people, I mean, it's not,
Yes.
it's not like, we are West Texas, we are Texas. It's a little harder
Yeah.
to come out, and especially, maybe not in
Mm-hmm.
bigger cities, but in our town, it is a
We have
little
we're
harder.
a very red town.
Yeah.
We're not proactive at
Unfortunately.
all.
No, and it's...
The kids, I've noticed the kids.
Yeah.
I can't say that either because I go to OHS
Well-
and it's not true.
You
Well,
the kids at our
a
school,
lot of
they're
the
very
people
blue.
who come
Yes.
in, because a lot of people
maybe
in our
they're
school...
too blue. I will say that. Maybe a lot of them are
Yes.
too blue.
Socially too blue.
Yes,
Okay.
they're not sad. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I think the main overarching theme of the first episode of Zach's show is that you're gonna get offended by something, but just be offended at stuff that's actually meant to be offensive.
Yeah. So
That's
be
something-
offended at this show, please.
Yeah, be offended.
Yeah.
Please
You're
don't be
offended,
at
I
this
will
show.
find you, and I am a bitch.
She is a bitch. Whenever,
And if you're not
like,
offended
it's to
by
the point
this
that I
show-
don't want to offend people on this show, but want to talk about offensive things that I purposely made it that I brought a girl on the show, so it wasn't. Because if we talked about all this stuff that we talked about, and there wasn't a girl on the show, then we would have been torn apart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed that.
That-
validation.
And the
goes-
girl,
that-
the
that
girl
part
on the
goes-
show brought on the sexist arguments that sometimes girls are
Yeah.
OP in our society.
OP.
OP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I don't know.
perfect term to describe.
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is
Yeah.
gonna wrap up
Yeah.
this Zach show. I want to thank all of my guests for coming on. You can get all their followings in the description.
I love you.
I want to thank all of you people for supporting me and watching. What the fuck was
Oh.
that?
And watch my unboxing. I'm gonna make an unboxing video.
He'll
real
make
soon.
an unbox. I'll link his channel. You can watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
to wrap it up one quick.
Okay.
As of this recording, Kanye and Kim just had their second baby.
Oh, that's awesome.
The other
Name?
direction west.
Name?
Wait.
Is there a name?
South,
Yeah,
Yeah, Southwest.
No, Southwest, no.
And then they get endorsed by the airplane company.
This in no way says we support.
The Kim,
Southwest.
The Kim
South-
K agenda. Wait.
Yeah, or any of the. Because
I
I
fucking
don't.
do. Fuck y'all.
Okay,
Wait,
Paul
what are we
does.
not supporting
Paul
now?
They don't support Kim Ye, but I absolutely.
I support
fucking-
Kim Ye.
I
What's
support
wrong with Kim Ye?
I
I
have
don't know.
nothing.
I think it's
just
adorable.
think-
I don't give a
Okay.
fuck about Kim Kardashian. I like Kanye West. I like his music.
She's got a
yes,
fat
his
ass and he's
music-
got
When we
great
talk
music.
about rap, we're gonna talk about Kanye
I
West.
try not
Oh,
to. I try
definitely.
not to involve myself with celebrities.
I do
don't
too.
care.
Okay. This episode's gone on long enough.
Yeah.
From all of us here at Zach Show, mostly me, because I make the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
I want to wish you guys
A Merry Christmas.
a Merry... No, shut the fuck
I mean-
up! It's not
I mean-
Christmas yet.
A Merry.
I'll do a Christmas episode. You're ruining my life. I want to wish you guys
Merry Thanksgiving.
goodness. Thank you for watching my show. Please support it in the future. Please tell your friends. And stop eating my trash can. What the fuck? My dog's eating my paper trash can. And thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end. It hurts to set you free, but you'll never follow me. The end of laughter and soft light. The end of nights we try to die. This is